Another hit, guys.
They were using a pitching machine, too.
Oh.
Real pitches. Slamming them.
No more T-ball.
No way more No, absolutely not more T-ball. I was going to say a lot of dingers, but it was mainly singles that got people home.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah, it did the trick. It's a good feeling when, you play what... I think the maximum you can score per inning is 5 points or runs.
Oh, my God.
And so...
Mike, you hear this guy?
I'm not sure if I'm more disgusted by the cap on runs in an inning or the fact that they were just called points. By a coach.
That's true, by a coach.
All right, men, let's go score some points.
Let's get some points out there on the board. What? What?
Well, he's what, 8?
Yeah.
All right, so 5 points an inning. That's fine. Is there a mercy rule?
It would be. No. Although I think it is like you can choose between 4 and 5 innings. At the end of
what?
At the end of the 4th inning, it's like
you guys want to keep going.
Either I don't know, is the sun going down or like is it at 12-4?
You can make a comeback.
I mean, if you're only doing 5 points, circle.
Yeah.
If you're only doing 5 runs an inning,
I guess
that would be a difficult comeback.
But it's also capped for the team that's currently losing.
Well, last season,
that's dumb.
The rule was that you could, if you're losing by more than 5, then the team that's losing gets capped at 10.
Okay.
So if that still is the rule,
so they could have kept going.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would have. I mean, listen, it would have been quick anyway.
So did they quit after 4?
Yeah.
And did everybody point and laugh at the quitters?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they waved the white flag big
Raise
time.
your son right.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah.
Congrats, coach.
Hey. It's usually it's about the team, but not this time. Not this time. Yeah, I'm trying to. Here's the thing. You got to raise these kids to be athletes. Hopefully, my plan is, I'm such a great coach that they try to do like a reality show based around me. And then that way, everybody can follow what I'm doing. I figured they call me Coach Prime. Oh,
because you're Primetime Sam Roberts.
Primetime Sam Roberts. That's right. Yeah. That's right. And then eventually, when it's time to draft my kid, easy first round pick.
Easy.
I mean, without a problem. Without any sort of, we'll follow this story all weekend. I'm talking, first night, boom. Done and done. Big deal. We'll build a draft room for him to sit in and everything. It'll be
in your basement.
In the basement. It might be a corner, but it'll still be, pretty flashy.
It'll still be wildly unnecessary.
Well, not if he's getting drafted first round. It'll be a celebration.
Which he will.
Wow. Of course he will. I'll have hats of every team. That way he can put the hat on immediately. And the other hats, I don't know.
We'll just throw them away.
We'll throw them away, give them to his friends. I don't exactly know what we'll do with the other hats.
That's fine. I saw somebody else get drafted over the weekend. They had 30 bandanas made for the dog, just in case whichever team.
Smart.
Yeah.
Because the dog also gets drafted.
Yeah, that's how it works.
A lot of people, and my dog can come too, right? They go, yeah, of course your dog can come.
Of course, we love dogs.
Yeah, that's right. So, of course, the Shedeur Sanders story.
What happened?
Did you not follow?
I assume he got drafted. He was supposed to go at least in the first round.
First of all, I love the draft. I love the NFL draft. I love the pomp and circumstance that gets made at. I love the show that it becomes. I love that everything is a huge deal. I love that every single pick from every single team has some kind of big, celebrity representation. The NFL is so good at making everything that happens seem like the biggest deal in the world.
I love that people still show up in the 5th round.
Yes, because it's a giant deal. It's the NFL draft.
I can't imagine standing outside in Green Bay in the 5th round when you don't know who the fuck. I mean, some people do.
What else are you doing in Green Bay?
I guess. I don't know.
There's nothing going on.
There's got to be something going
There's
on.
a cheese factory down the road. You can see how the cheese is made.
Go
but
to the movies.
Other than that, yeah, I mean, there are a couple good movies out right now. You can hopefully maybe stop by a farm, grab a chicken, sneak into the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
Something. But no, it's a huge deal. I even saw that thing where the two ladies came out and hyped up the announcement of the date of the announcement of the schedule. I believe I got all those words right. The announcement was the date that the schedule will be announced. Look at it's Woodstock.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, and I really
kind
do.
of understand this because it's the first round.
It's.
But at the same time, that's so many people.
I mean, it's. I love it. I love it so much. I love that the NFL can pull it off. I love that these two come out and they're just like, I know you want to know who's playing who, or you want to know when you'll find out who's playing who. And they really do like play it up. Like
It's 2 minutes.
Well, because they all go to, don't forget, that includes the Christmas game.
Oh, the whole list.
You know,
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Rivalry.
These are big games, and they're all going to be announced.
Do you guys know about this?
It's May 14th, right?
It's something like that.
Isn't it amazing? I know. You know why I know? Because I got excited about it. She wore her red sparkly jacket. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Live from the heart of the NFL.
I would do this gig. I would love this gig.
Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's right, Colleen. The schedule release marks a pivotal moment in the NFL
For
calendar.
hit pause.
It sets the stage for a
Hit pause. Get off
What?
the cards. Get
Pivotal-
off.
No,
Get
no, no.
off the cards.
The schedule release, Mike, you know this. It's a pivotal moment.
Oh, I love this. I love the TED Talk energy in the headset.
Yeah, the headset mics are great that they walk past the standing mics to leave the headset mics on. I cannot with the index cards.
Why? She's got to know.
She's got to know what?
No, this is very
Thanksgiving games.
Dunder Mifflin, Tallahassee.
Christmas games.
Yeah. I mean, this is all like riff. This is all just get up there.
Hey, we need to kill 2 minutes.
Right, just bluster up there, and it's like, okay, you got to get somebody up there.
Pivotal moment.
You should have heard the instructions I was getting on the WrestleMania pre-show.
Was it like this?
No, it was, hey, go talk about this match. We need 4 minutes. You got it.
No problem, boss.
What do you need? You need cards? For what?
I got you, game.
That's what I said. King of Kings, no problem. Say less.
These two are like, may I have 100 notes?
Yeah, notes for what? Just get up there and you know what this is? Vamp. Get up there and vamp. That's what they call it. Now you just vamp for a while. You don't go up there with cards.
Boy, do we have an announcement for you.
Boy, do we have an announcement for you.
This is sick. I like her. I like the one in black because she's got no cards.
Right.
And by the way, she's
a pro.
She's a pro, and you feel like she's believing what she's saying.
Yeah.
She is selling me. Boy, do we have an announcement for you. I want to hear the announcement. That sounds great. This is a big deal.
I love announcements.
And then the lady in red starts talking, and I go, maybe this is just the date of a future announcement. Maybe this isn't that big of a deal. And then the lady in black starts talking again, and I go, nope, I was wrong. This is a big deal. She's got no cards.
You've been a Colleen Wolfe fan from day one.
I love Colleen Wolfe. I love all her work.
That's right, Colleen. The schedule release marks a pivotal moment in the NFL calendar. It sets the stage for a thrilling season.
Yeah, this is when we get to geek out over every single game and bye week, the primetime revenge and rematches. Those
See, she's a pro.
divisional-
She doesn't need any cards.
She's fucking crushing it. And here's the thing.
I'm going to name so many different types of games.
Because she knows. The whole purpose here is to sell people on the fact that this is a big deal because this is where we geek out about football. You know, if you geek out about anything, you know what you don't need? Cards. You don't need notes.
This is like you being like, ladder match, last man standing match.
Easy.
60-minute match.
Sam, name match stipulations. I go in 2 minutes or 20. I'm going to be up here for a while. Like,
Sorry.
you know, hey, go up there and talk about how great the first episode of the rehearsal season 2 was. Okay.
Say no more.
You need cards? No, I can just go through the whole episode right now. Come on. Come on.
Laura's like, can I get some cards?
Can I get some cards? What are we talking about up there?
Hey, now that Colleen's gone, can I get some cards?
And I'll bet.
They probably offered cards to both.
No. And Colleen's the one
Fuck, yeah.
that I like?
Yeah.
That's Colleen. That's my favorite. Yeah. She was probably like, no. And then, by the way, I guarantee, because this is how people, because this, like, you know, standing in front of people and talking about nothing, those of us that do it, we tend to think of ourselves as having these really important jobs that really we don't. And I guarantee she goes, what the fuck was up with her and those cards? Who needs cards?
Cards for that?
Right.
every single game and bye week, the primetime revenge and rematches, those late season divisional dates that end up deciding playoff spots. And who's playing at Lambeau in December?
Oh!
We're going to have to find out. You'll find out soon, okay?
Oh, my
How
God.
about these rookies, the players
She
who
see her
are
glance at it?
Uh-huh. How about these rookies?
Rookie. How about the rookies? Rookies? Is that it?
Colleen, what are rookies?
What are rookies? She goes, just say it.
Just saying. Yeah.
She's not helping her.
No. Oh, no.
No way.
It's a cutthroat business.
No way. Look at her up there. She's like, I just want to display for everybody my hands.
Yeah.
There's nothing in them.
Notice my hands are empty.
Plus, she just gave a ton of specifics. Mm-hmm. Lambo, the whole thing.
Yeah, she got you with that one, right?
I said she knows. This one knows.
You'll find out soon, okay? How about these rookies, the players who are drafted here tonight? When and where do they make their NFL debut?
Come on.
We're going to find that out as well. Let's not forget the expanding lineup.
They went. Can I tell you something too? They went to the wide shot because she's reading the goddamn card. I promise you, that's why they went to the wide shot. They went to the wide shot because she's reading the card, and they're like, "Why does she have to read the card?" You know, the rookies, they're getting drafted here tonight. Like, why would you need to read that? There's a big sign above you. It says NFL Draft 2025.
We're going to find that out as well. Let's not forget the expanding lineup of international games as well as Christmas, Thanksgiving Day. There's so many captivating matchups. It's the best.
Yes, because nothing says.
By the way,
cheer
went back
like-
tight. See? They were like, let's wrap her up, go back to the tight shot because this one's not going to read.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Watching
you.
your team destroy another. So, without further ado,
Boom.
everybody, get it together, mark your calendars,
Yes.
set your alarms. The schedule will be dropped on.
Tell me when.
Bum, ba, da, bum.
Ah!
There we go. Lock it in.
I just
Lock it in. Okay.
you can tell everybody's like,
Oh.
okay, that's not a. Now, Mike, you know football better than me. Tell me this: what is in the NFL the historical significance of May 14th?
Well, it's almost halfway through the month of May.
Okay, so I knew that. I didn't have to go to you for that, but that's with all your football knowledge.
I would imagine it's literally just a good way for them to grab some headlines in between the draft and the start of OTAs.
Okay. I just figured when she said, wait for it, May 14th, that it was going to be this like huge reaction.
Well, no, because there's
it's
no-
football day. Of course. May 14th, National Football Day that happens when there's no football.
Season really doesn't get going until September.
Right. You know, I guess that's a good point. It would be an odd time.
No, my best estimation would be that it's literally lands right between the draft and the start of OTAs.
Okay.
There's nothing to talk about.
Okay.
Let's throw the schedule out there.
Okay. So maybe the big reveal of the date wasn't. I would explain the crowd's reaction. Or
I didn't hear a reaction.
that's what I was referring to. Yeah, sure.
We can't wait. You can tweet it out. Tell everybody.
You can tweet it. You have our
Hey,
permission.
you can tweet this out if you want.
The NDA has been lifted on everybody watching on television. You're allowed to tweet out
it out.
this announcement. Yes.
Bum, ba, da, bum.
Bum, ba, da,
May
bum.
14th. There we go.
Woo!
Lock it in.
We can't wait. You can tweet it out, tell everybody, and don't miss it. Be sure to check out all the great content from the NFL team sites, the club social channels around the schedule release.
Reading.
Into NFL Network as well as ESPN2.
So much.
Full coverage of the thrilling 2025 matchups. May 14th just around the corner, too.
I know. It's basically here.
Can
at
I
this
tell you
point. Guys,
something?
get ready. And
Full coverage of the thrilling 2025 mashups has the same energy as 5 points per inning. Like, it's just not. There's an authenticity missing. You know.
The corner, too.
I know. It's basically here at this point. Guys, get ready and buckle up for the greatest season of your lives.
Oh.
Nice. That's fucking awesome.
So there you have it, May 14th,
I mean-
which is a Wednesday, the 2025 NFL schedule release.
They're booing the
They're
Bears.
booing the Bears. Yeah, I saw.
not the lady.
I saw. Yeah, because they're in Green Bay.
Yes.
I saw Seth freaking Rollins got booed big time because he was there to do a pick for the Bears.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fun. I like that. But
So yeah, you're excited? May 14th?
May 14th is the day. I can't wait to. I can't wait to find out what happens. May 14th. I'm just glad that I'm glad. I was worried they were just going to throw up a graphic to announce it and not have those two talking for 2 minutes about it.
Tweet it out, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Throw up an Instagram story. TJ in St. Louis.
Hey, salutations, boys.
Salutations, fine shit.
Hey, so going to the NFL draft, ever since they put it in these cities, it looks like an awful experience, right? Just standing around watching these dudes. Some of them you don't even know get picked, but it's awfully funny. The people that they showcase in front with their brand new gear, brand new jerseys, like they just bought it from the team shop, and they're always cheering, and I'm sure half of them don't even know anything about the player being drafted. Hey, let's bring this thing back to Radio City and have them boo the pick like they used to back in the old days.
I like that. I like that idea. Thank you, TJ. Yeah, you're probably right. Although, I don't know. I feel like it is a little odd that you're getting the jerseys right away, but I feel like if you're sitting out there the whole time, you must at least somewhat be following who the picks are, no? You think so, Mike?
Well, you're following. Yeah, I mean, I guess because if you're that dedicated, you're probably following the local beat writers and stuff, and not the like the fake lists that get put out by ESPN.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Eric in Pittsburgh. What's up, Eric?
Sammy and the boys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, man.
Hey, first off, Sammy, I want to agree with you. Even my girlfriend thinks Colleen Wolf's the greatest, and she loves her hair and thinks it's beautiful. So
she's fantastic.
We'll give her props.
She's fantastic. And she, by the way, she carried the other one. God bless the other one, by the way. I'm not trying to be a hater, but she did carry. I mean, yeah, this Colleen Wolf.
I can't see that they're bringing the other one back next year. That's going to be a no. I was talking to Troy. I wanted to
and by the way, wait till you hear this, Eric. I'm just looking. Awful announcing. Put up the video of this of this date announcement to go like this was an absurd thing, and the first reply is from Colleen Wolf, and it says a career defining moment.
To be on awful announcing.
Yeah. She's the best.
She had fun with it. Yeah, she's awesome.
Is that the show account?
Hey,
yeah.
So
Nice.
I was talking to Troy.
How's he doing?
And I think Mike, he's doing good on a Monday. He was great answering the phones, too. Hey, I think maybe Mike Montone will understand this a little better, but so last year this schedule release actually helped me out because I'm a big Commanders fan, and the Steelers were playing the Commanders at Washington. So the minute the schedule release came out and dropped, I had to call and get a hotel, and we had to call and get tickets because some teams travel so well that you got to do it right
away. And here's the thing. If you get these hotels too late, you get hosed. You get totally hosed.
Can't even watch a movie. But,
no.
Yeah, but like a lot of these guys that are diehard NFL fans, they plan like 2 away trips a year. So I think that's what half the NFL fan. It was an attention grab, but a lot of people can't wait for that, so they know to make plans, to travel to these other cities.
I get it, but also the idea of wait till you hear it. The date is May 14th, and it's like
without that.
It's like it's just a date. It just
you could have done without that.
You're right.
Can we talk about Mother's Day coming up instead of the NFL schedule release? How about that?
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I wonder if Steven Singer is putting out a rose for the NFL schedule announcement day.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten his hooks into the Rose Bowl.
You would think so, right? Yeah. It feels like a layup. Nathan in New York. What's up, Nathan?
Steven Singer Rose Bowl.
Hey, buddy, I don't think you appreciate the gravity of that announcement and the fact that it has been released within the same 4-day period for the last 20-plus years.
So it's always on or about May 14th. So figure whatever Wednesday is closest to May 14th, it's probably going to be the date.
Absolutely. All right, Sammy, sweetheart, punch it out.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, I don't know, probably like mid-May?
Yeah. I don't know. I was watching, and Mel Kiper said the one thing he'll say is there's no way May 14th will be the day that they announce the schedule. It's not happening, and anybody who thinks it is happening is a total idiot and a moron, is what Mel Kiper said. So
he had quite a weekend.
Well, Not every take can be on the money.
I mean, he had to get talked off of a fucking ledge.
Well, the NFL and these quarterbacks, they have mistreated quarterbacks forever. I found that out. I didn't know that was the case, but Mel Kiper, he told me they had to calm him down. He was going to, whatever podium they were on, he was going to jump off. Mel Kiper looks like doesn't he look like a parody?
He is a parody. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if people take him seriously.
No.
I can't imagine they do, but he takes himself very seriously.
That's the best kind of people.
But he's not actually a football expert.
What?
He's a journalist who started covering the draft back when the draft was it wasn't always this spectacle. It used to just take place in like a conference room in New York somewhere.
Dude, wait till you hear this. I read an article. It must have been local Syracuse media that I'm still subscribed to or something. They said there was this guy who got drafted in 1955, and he got drafted.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Yes, he got drafted 5th round, and he just found out.
Yeah.
Like, he found out because he apparently, he didn't hear first, second round, whatever. He ends up going into the Army or whatever branch of military he went into. And they just, because it was 1955, they called him to be like, hey, you just got drafted. I think it was to Pittsburgh or something. You got drafted 5th round. And he never got the call. So he goes and whatever, just lives his whole life. And then he comes back and continues to live his life and is reading a newspaper article. And it says that here's a list of Syracuse alum that have been drafted into the NFL, and he just saw his name there.
Eagles.
And the Philadelphia, and he goes, he thought it was a mistake. Like, he called. He was like, why is my name on this list of people who were drafted? And they go, no, you got drafted 5th round in 1955. And he was like, well,
he found out in 1999 when he saw a newspaper.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't.
Because back then you couldn't just track people down.
No, you called him, and it was like, why they didn't pick up? We'll try again. But other than that, that's it.
I mean, what a life-changing.
Isn't that insane?
Like, you could go to a foreign country and watch your buddy's head turned into a pile of mush.
Yeah.
And you marry like one of the fat dependas that live around army bases.
That's it.
But you could have been playing in the league.
Right. I mean, look, you weren't going to be a millionaire because it's 1955, but still, you played in the league.
Yeah, back in the 40s, it was a 32-round draft that, just went on forever and ever and ever. And he didn't get drafted in the higher rounds because of his injury record. And then he just wasn't informed that he was...
Oh, yeah. 20th round was when he was drafted.
Yeah.
So he was drafted in the 20th round, never got the call.
They give him a call.
And then in 1999, he picked up a newspaper that said, here are the people from Syracuse that have been drafted.
What the fuck?
And he was like, that's weird that you would put my name on this list. And they were like, that's not weird at all. It's weird that you wouldn't pick up your phone. He was like, what? What?
Did you leave a message? There's no message.
There was no answering machines. It was 1955. Yeah. Oh! And that's what his quote was this. Oh! Oh!
Could have been living in a mansion with his soulmate.
I know. He'll get there eventually.
Yes, he will.
He'll just have to meet a nice lady on vacation. Dan in Iowa City.
Sam and Bram Muffins.
What's up, dude?
Sam, I know you're a big football guy,
Huge.
but who the fuck is Mel Kiper? His name's Mel Kiper, you idiot.
That's not what I think.
I think it's Kipper. Because they say like this. They go like this, win one for the Kipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all talking about
they're
him.
talking about Mel Kiper because he gets so happy. Thank you, Dan.
God damn it, you might have just proven me wrong.
I did. Yes, I did. Thank you, Dan. So what do you mean he's not a football expert? He's a football expert. I was listening to him on the draft. I was taking all his opinions seriously.
So, as it turns out, Mel has never played or coached a down of football in his life, which would, I believe, go back to high school. He played like a season of JV baseball.
Baseball?
So he started covering the draft when it was a conference room event and just established himself as the draft journalist and started putting out these rankings based on what people were telling him. So it wasn't based on, Mel Kiper just spent hours and hours watching film and going over combine scores and coming up with composite grades. he was just talking to people and they were telling him things, and he would make up these lists, and he was the only one doing it, so he just kind of jumped on credibility.
Like nobody had thought to make a list because it wasn't that big of an event,
Yeah.
and he had this list, and it was like, well, we need a list.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
But obviously, over the years, the media around it has grown, and now you have people who are accessing film all over the place. You've got guys who watch every college game. They watch all of the combines.
Right.
They spend time, looking at NFL rosters and going over what their needs are. They actually kind of do the legwork to understand this. There's a guy, Pat Kerwin, who has a show on the NFL network here, wrote a book. It's called Take Your Eye Off the Ball, and it's like a breakdown of scouting NFL prospects, or at least a huge chunk of it is. And it's a very tedious task, none of which Mel Kiper has done.
I got you. He's more of a vibe guy.
Very much a vibe guy.
That's how I was more of a vibe guy when I figured out how to pronounce his name. So sometimes that you will get that wrong. But if the vibe is the vibe.
Well, he looks like a Kipper.
He does. That's what I thought. Yeah, well, look, there was a lot of media attention around Shedeur Sanders, who's, of course, Neon Dion's son.
Oh, is he?
I believe he is. And
I wonder if that had anything to do with his weekend.
Oh, no. Well, Neon Dion was always known as being...
sometimes you could be too involved.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell that to the ball children.
You know what? Sometimes it goes one way, sometimes it goes the other. What?
Tom in Long Island.
What's wrong?
Tom.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's win one for the Gipper
I know
with
that.
a G.
Okay. Yeah, wow.
Sam, you didn't know that when you
no,
made the joke?
I obviously didn't know that. No, that wasn't a joke. That wasn't me joking around. That was me being serious. Thank you, Tom. So
you
see
thought it was win one for
you see
the
what I deal
Kipper.
with? You understand what I deal with now?
Sam is so dumb. Do you hear how he pronounces that word?
This purely fact-based show that I'm listening to. So from what I read,
Go ahead.
and everybody feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, which you obviously do. From what I've read, the sort of shallow-based media hype was all like, well, of course, the Sanders kid's going to get drafted first round. He's the biggest star. He's everything. But, Mike, to your point, the people that are actually studying the analytics, the analysts, as they're called, were more going, well, probably more like second, third round. Like, he is good, and he will be drafted, but from what I read, the real analysts were not sort of shocked that he didn't go first round.
Yeah, you have to remember, every Division I college athlete is good. Like if you're playing Division III football,
right?
Which is kind of laughed at by everybody as college football, because we're all 5'8",
right?
You're still to do that. You're within the top 7% of graduating seniors.
Yeah, you're still great,
right?
If you're playing fucking Division,
better than me.
Yeah. A Division I team playing against a Division III team, there would be deaths on the field.
I see. You might as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's when they have a mercy rule for points.
Right. Now we're
so if you're
talking
even
Little
in
League.
the game as a Division I athlete, you're like world elite. Then if you're one of the guys who is declaring eligible for the NFL draft, you're like a razor-thin margin of that already 1%.
But what if you are self-declaring legendary before the draft?
You'd be amazed at how little that helps.
Okay, all right. See, this is why I need to go to you.
What happens is you have these NFL organizations are staffed by, it's not just the coach and the coaching staff that's there.
Right.
They have an entire personnel department that's just made up of football autists who go around and watch every minute of game tape. They're probably getting practice tape from schools on guys that they really want to see. They're holding workouts and pro days. They put together these big composite scores that make up pretty much every facet of a player you could imagine. So they'll go back, they'll interview people who lived on the guy's street when he was growing up as a kid.
It's like Nardwuar.
To learn about his character. So when they come up with a composite score on a guy, they're very, very confident in what the composite score says.
Shador, I have a copy of your dad's first record.
It's a neon sign.
It's Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders. Is that your father? Yeah. How'd you know?
We have to know.
How did you know?
Your Shador
Sanders.
So after those autists have put together their number, they pass that up to another group of autists who are paid even more money to think about only football.
Why didn't you get that job?
That's what I'm wondering.
It was another one. If it hadn't been broadcasting, I jumped into football coaching at the high school level for a little while.
Yeah,
but,
you could be like the Moneyball of the NFL.
Surprisingly, does not pay a whole lot down at that level. So you have to
at
be
the high school level.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
You have to be willing to like crawl up. So you work at a high school for a while, then you try to get like a job at like a small college.
Sure.
So if you want
develop a reputation.
Yeah, it's the same way you would in any other professional field.
Yeah, but you could be like Albert Brooks in The Scout.
Yeah,
that's
go down to Central America.
Yeah.
That's right. When you're cast aside as somebody who we're trying to get rid of and find a real hot recruit who just unfortunately has some anxiety issues. Yeah. Find the NFL's Steve Nebraska.
Watch King Kong in a hotel room.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So that's now. I do think most people were very, very surprised that it went to the 5th round. That's fairly low.
But again, it comes down to, team needs and what's out there. And the other thing
not a lot of teams needed a quarterback.
And that's what I was saying. Like, once he didn't go in, like, the 2nd or 3rd round, they started looking over who needs a starting quarterback.
And it was really just the Steelers.
And it was like,
unless
fuck.
they've already got some secret deal with Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And then you take into account the fact that a lot of people are saying that he's a later round grade. He's probably going to be a backup. The circus that comes along with him, and this NIL thing has turned a lot of college players into fucking brats. It's not
like Brat Summer.
Oh,
They just love. They don't give a fuck. They're listening to Charlie XCX.
Yeah. A lot of them voted for Kamala.
That's sick. I didn't know Shador was Brat.
Yeah.
Is Shador Brat?
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Although, unfortunately for him, Brat Summer's over.
Oh.
He was declared dead last weekend at Coachella.
Who declared it dead?
Charlie XCX.
Well, then, if Mother declares it dead, it's dead.
Donald Trump declared it dead in November.
Okay,
what do I know? So you take that into account, and it's like, who wants this circus around their team with a backup quarterback?
Right.
They went through the same thing with Michael Sam, the first openly gay player to be drafted, and it was like, he's going to be maybe a practice squad guy. Do we really want all of the fucking cameras and the press showing up everywhere for a guy who's might not even be on the dress squad on game day?
Right, everybody's talking about Tommy Cutlets all of a sudden.
Yeah, and it's like, if you're the Giants and you're going to win 3 games that year and you have Tommy Cutlets and it gets people to show up, to a November game that would otherwise be empty, sure.
Fine, you show up and look at the guy in his silly suit, the agent.
Yeah, but if you're like legitimately trying to build a winner, having a zoo around your fucking backup quarterback, and a lot of his like stats and numbers, if you listen to the people who are talking about, are very much backup court. Like his completion percentage on short range passes is very good. Not great at hitting deeper balls. The 20-yard out is considered sort of like the gold standard pass for NFL quarterbacks. You got to be able to hit a 20-yard out. That's a big one. Pocket presence, right? He gets flushed out of the pocket very easily. If you get flushed out of the pocket, you cut the potential throwing field in half because unless you're great, you can't really throw back across your body. So now you've cut the size of the field the defense has to cover in half. So all these little things that these guys spend just hours and hours every day obsessing about, he just doesn't make the grade on. But
plus, you're kind of a dillweed.
Yeah, a little bit of. You got all those hats.
Don't forget the dillweed.
You don't want to be a dillweed.
You got those hats, and you
got every hat.
You're trying to make viral videos,
right? It's like, I don't want to get this guy with all of his hats. KC in Houston. By the way, if you want to call the show, 866-969-1969. KC.
Good morning. Mel Kiper's a maniac. He actually eats a slice of pumpkin pie for breakfast every morning.
That's awesome.
Is that true? That is the type. That's absurd. And he looks like the type of guy that would spend his life eating pumpkin pie for breakfast every day.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Like, what a jerk.
You wouldn't eat a piece of pumpkin pie for breakfast every day? Pumpkin pie's delicious.
No, I don't even
What are you
eat-
looking at me like that for?
Pumpkin pie sucks.
Really?
Pumpkin pie does suck.
Yeah, it sucks.
I love pumpkin
honestly,
pie.
pumpkin sucks. Scoop out the guts and throw it in the garbage as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, you don't like a pumpkin muffin?
No fucking way. If you want to roast up the seeds, that's fine. Put a little salt. Maybe. You know what I mean? But like, no, especially like.
I'm a little shocked here.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
It's July, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a slice of pumpkin."
Well, yeah, no,
pie.
I'm not doing that. Pumpkin's a very seasonal thing. Like, I'm not thinking about having a piece of pumpkin pie now. But if you brought one in, I'd have it.
You're not gonna. You're
Apple
not.
pie, we're not ranking pies here. I'm not saying pumpkin pie is the be all end all. Let's not get crazy.
Poontang pie.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it says here, Mel Kiper Jr. is he dropped the junior. Is known for his unusual breakfast habit, eating a slice of pumpkin pie every morning. ESPN even brought out the pumpkin pie in honor of him.
Yeah.
One report stated that he eats a slice of pumpkin pie for breakfast every single morning.
Pumpkin's
It's
good
too
for you.
much.
Give it to
Thank
the
you,
dogs.
Casey.
Dogs love it.
Your digestion.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for when your dogs
He
are
probably shits no
constipated.
problem.
Probably, but
Should have given it to Danielle when she was here. No,
Man, I'm
that's
surprised nobody here likes pumpkin pie.
no, and it's a
that's stupid.
it's a stupid thing to do. At that point in life,
Probably
it's
like-
like
Yeah.
go to Dunkin', sit down, get yourself a nice breakfast sandwich, get yourself a nice coffee.
Or a
Like,
pumpkin donut, maybe.
let's be serious.
You probably
No.
get pumpkin spice lattes.
Ugh.
You could picture him liking that.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Mel or me?
You.
No, I don't know. More hot for me.
Oh, he likes an iced pumpkin spice something or other.
I don't mind fucking with that.
I'll bet you don't.
No.
You don't do that, right?
Hell no.
No, me neither. Me neither. People go, "Oh, it's pumpkin season." I go, "It is not. It is not. I'm going to scoop out the guts and make a jack-o'-lantern."
SZN.
That type of season. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right. I guess we don't like pumpkin pie.
Mike, what do you think about pumpkin pie?
Like at Thanksgiving?
No, for breakfast every morning, like
I'm
Travis
saying
likes.
that's-
You know, in a different
We're
life,
drifting from being football autists to actual autists.
in a different life, Troy, I mean, you kind of lived your different life already, but you're a double platinum selling electronic music recording artist, which you kind of nailed that one.
All right.
Mike is a football recruit guy, and Travis is Mel Kiper. Doesn't he strike you as like, because Travis will say some shit with all kinds of authority, and then I have to sit there and go, just please, for the love of God, Google it. And he goes, "Oh, as it turns out, you were right."
Excuse me for having conviction.
How often has that happened?
Daily.
I know. You're right. Thank you,
Me,
Troy.
I guess, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah, see? You sound like
I'm
Mel,
not going to apologize for liking pumpkin pie.
You sound like Mel Kiper right now, dude. You're losing it. You're having a Mel Kiper level meltdown.
I'll have an apple pie before I have a pumpkin pie. But pumpkin pie's delicious.
Apple pie's the shit.
Apple pie's the shit. Are we counting cheesecake as a pie or is that a cake?
This guy over here eats cow pies. Am I right?
Absolutely.
I just go to the farm and pick them up.
Oh, yeah, you do. You be hanging out with your friends out there in Jersey, tipping cows, and then you jump over and go, "Let's eat the cow pies." And all your friends would be like, "What?
What are you talking about?
No,
dude?
it's funny, guys. He's just sitting there eating. They all leave him.
No, we're tipping the cows, man.
What are you talking about? Eat a cow pie?
No, it's funny.
It's funny. It's even funnier. You're disgusting.
Man.
Moon pies.
Moon pies are delicious.
Moon pies are great.
I
Moon
fuck
pies
with
are
those
great.
hard.
Ooh, it's hard to go into like a Stop and Shop and see them on the little rack for 79 cents.
Oh, yeah, you're going to grab one of those.
Tell
for
me I'm
sure.
not grabbing 5? Yeah. Come on.
For sure. So, Shador Sanders. I know, I got a whistle in. Shador Sanders. Well, I'm trying
Family
to.
Guy character.
I'm trying to send the signal out to everybody that we're changing topics back to what we were talking about a minute ago. Shador Sanders.
Hey, maybe let them know when they're changing topics.
Yeah, if you got some kind of whistle or a signal or something, a sound cue. Yeah, he decided to like really make a production out of this, which is a very risky thing to do. And obviously, you go, "Sam, how is it risky?" Well, it could turn out exactly as it turned out, and that's what makes it risky. But
I feel like he's got so many yes men around him.
very much so, very much so.
Everybody was like, "Nah, this is a great idea," because you're probably, bro. I got to tell you, you're probably going first
round, and they believed the hype. Like they really bought into all the hype.
It's easy to buy into the hype when like All the media is saying the same thing. All the sports books are just placing you at such incredible odds that they must be right.
That's true. Everybody that was gambling on the draft, which is healthy, they all had him. Yeah, he was going way, way, way early. Like, he was the guy that everybody was looking at.
I think when the draft started, I think his number was 21.5. So he was favored to go in the first 21 picks.
Right. So, like, he's live streaming on Twitch, which is
as you do.
It's always smart. You got to live stream on Twitch. That way,
can't figure out why teams wouldn't want him.
No, and that way, inevitably, when everything goes right, as it always has, because your dad is one of the most famous athletes ever, it will continue to go right, and people will all be able to tune in and see it. But even moreover, he decided not to go to Green Bay, not to be there in person, but instead to build his own draft quarters.
Yeah.
So he had his own, like, constructed draft room. This is in his house?
Yeah.
Well, what does he do with the draft room after the draft? So, like, he built... So it's this, I guess, a man cave is what it looks like. And, you know, he's got his own logo, which I think that's another thing that teams really love.
Oh, yeah.
It's a $ squared.
Yeah, I mean...
You know, Shedeur Sanders, S's, Sanders, you know, whatever.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a $sign squared. That's good. He made a big medallion.
He's got a jacket
with a
got
big
it on.
chain on it. This is good. It's branded.
Teams love this kind of stuff.
Well, they like that. They like that a lot because they go, it's not about the logo that we've created for our team. We want people. This is what they say. We don't want players. We want individual brands. We want to bring on. What's your brand? Is one of the big interview questions that they will ask a player. How would you define your individual brand? It's like a Nathan Fielder sketch. How would you define your individual brand? But he would have an answer. Shedeur would have an answer. And from what I've heard, there were rumors that the interviews that he went on did not go especially well.
They're so important, too.
Sure, of course, because it's like, you know, you want to know who you're bringing onto your team. You build... The team has to work together. You can't just have a bunch of players that are all good, because if they're not working together, you can't utilize any of their skills.
And the interview that they do, like, mocks what it would be like to be in, like, a team meeting room with them.
Sure.
Like, they get up on the chalkboard, they give you, you know, hey, here's the offense, here's the cadence you'll use, write it out, you know, write how you would change this play against this defense. They usually have you, like, walk through how you game prepped for something like that. So you have to be very... I mean... Again, this is a group of autists.
How is Shedeur gonna do on Make the Rookie Sing Karaoke Night? I've seen it multiple times, okay? I've watched Hard Knocks. I know how these things work. The rookies have to sing karaoke in front of the whole team or something, or do a little dance. Shedeur's not going to want to do that. He's got a personal brand to protect.
And Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Giants did the most research into him. And when they traded up in the first round and didn't take him, that was the first real sign that something was seriously wrong.
Yeah, like, so they took a guy who that they can develop for a few years behind, you know, they went out and signed some veterans. Now they have a guy that they can take a year and a half, 2 years, and teach him to be an NFL quarterback and play the position. Like, no one's going to be surrounding Jackson Dart. You know, he doesn't have a Coach Prime following him.
I love how every few years we get to watch Giants fans get very excited about a new quarterback.
It is the Daniel Jones years will go down as the greatest.
But it's like nothing changes. It's like it's like that Men in Black thing just gets zapped in front of their faces, and they're like, a new quarterback that's going to be amazing.
Well, they're all these brash North Jersey guys who just want to talk shit about something. So as soon as they have a thread to pull on, they will start talking that shit.
So he's got his room. It says Legendary all over it. There's a room inside the room that's like a box with like graffiti lettering all over it that says Legendary. He's got this amazing shelf that he's built. There it is. It says Legendary and $ squared all over it with the cushions and everything where he can watch the draft. He's got this amazing shelf that was built specifically for him with his personal logo on it and the word Legendary written up top in calligraphy because that's how he sees himself. And the shelf has every hat every NFL team's hat in there so that he can put the hat on when the inevitable happens very early. Clearly on Friday. You know what I mean? It's a
one-night party.
Right. This is not going to be anything else. They're ready to tear that down by Saturday afternoon.
This feels like what Hot Dog would do if he thought he was going to be drafted.
It is putting the cart before the horse a little bit, and he does do that, I suppose.
We did it.
And then the calls don't come as quickly as you think they might come. He was at one point streaming, and he thought he had a call from, who was it, the New Orleans Saints?
Oh, yeah, this was day 2.
Oh, that wasn't until day 2. Okay,
No.
so day 1, he's already like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's happened. This is when Mel Kiper's losing his mind.
Every pick.
Because,
I can't believe they didn't take him.
Right. Do you want to play a little bit of Mel Kiper?
Shit. I just closed out of it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Do you want of Mel Kiper just realizing that, and I think too that it wasn't so much about Mel feeling like a player who was justified at being picked first wasn't picked. I think Mel hates that he was wrong again. And so, like, every time he doesn't get picked, it's more, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And he gets very, very, very upset about it because he knows that he's got this reputation amongst some that maybe don't take him as seriously as he would like them to take him.
All right, here's
because
him.
he came up with that list so early.
This is when the Giants took Jackson Dart. If the computer wants to load.
He went to USC, started 3 games, then transferred to Ole Miss.
Look how happy he is.
38 games for Lane Kiffin, threw 72 touchdowns.
What a great thing to see.
Finishes the school's all-time leading passer, surpassing Eli Manning. Mel, your reaction?
Well, surprised he went ahead of Shador, not shocked, because Daboll wants some more mobility. And Jackson Dart can beat a defense with his legs. His completion percentage every year under Lane Kiffin improved. 62%, 65%.
No, that wasn't good. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Boo, 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 boo.
Okay, this is after draft number 20.
Okay, now we're sitting here going like, wait.
The clock at number 20, and right now it's time for a look at Mel's best available, brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott.
Oh, look who's number 1.
They got some good ones. Shador, I'm amazed right now that he's still on the board, as I was with Aaron Rodgers. New Orleans, hey, I'm going to wait and see who makes a move to get Shador Sanders before I start talking about those organizations that will haunt them.
Did you hear him say, as I was with Aaron Rodgers, being like, by the way, I was right about Aaron Rodgers, too. That was a little like, by the way, this isn't the first time this has happened, and I have historically been proven right. So, recognize.
So he did not go in the first round?
No.
You want to hear him address his team?
Oh, because he's got a team.
Yeah, I mean, people that came to party with him.
And if you
this is after night 1.
You ain't here to party. Yeah, okay, so the party, luckily for everybody, the party
This is like when Hillary told everyone to go home. There's not going to be a speech tonight.
Well, I don't know if she told everybody. She told somebody to tell everybody.
Yeah. But they're like, hey, Hillary's not coming out tonight.
Yeah, here's the thing. Hillary ain't coming.
There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than being surrounded by party people when you're going through a personal crisis, too.
That's right. That's right. I know that you guys are disappointed because you thought there would be a party, but this is my whole fucking life crumbling in front of me.
No, but they still want a party. They're all whispering behind you, like, when can we get out of here and go do coke?
We never...
Are there still going to be drinks?
We never cared about him. He's just like a rich guy.
Yeah. We don't really like him.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying. Honestly, this whole thing is pretty funny.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible.
True.
I don't feel like this happened, for no reason.
What?
All this is, of course, fuel to the fire.
True.
And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things.
Right.
Tomorrow's a day.
Tomorrow's
we're going to be happy regardless.
There it is. Ooh. Well said. Well said.
You think that was good?
I said what we were all thinking.
Okay.
Well said.
Okay. Obviously, we didn't think this was going to happen.
That's right. We didn't. It's 100% true. Will in Orlando. What's up, Will?
Hey, guys. I am convinced that the NFL owners all got together and said, listen, we cannot let this be the way college athletes act coming out of college. So do not draft this guy in the first 3 rounds at least. Let's all agree nobody drafts him in the first 3 rounds until it's, 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. No one's paying attention anymore.
I mean,
and they did it because they do. If he had gotten drafted in the first round after doing all the things that he did, hosting his own pro day, and having people come, if you want me to play for you, you got to come see me.
That's
it. After doing all of that, it would have opened the floodgates, and whoever the big stars were every year would have all done the same thing. And so this is the way the NFL says that is not how it works. We're not going to allow you to do this. We're not going to allow you to change the narrative. This is going to be the way it works. And if you go against that, you're going to. He's making less money. He's going to make less money as a pro than he did as a college athlete.
I like the theory that it was okay, we need to. This NIL thing has gotten out of control, and we need to make sure that these kids don't come in with egos, and that honestly, we the NFL, these teams don't lose power when it comes to recruiting people, which, you could argue that the people who are the athletes should have more power. But I also question whether any team that really needed the help would sacrifice for the greater good. You know what I mean? If a team is sitting there going, no, we really do need this. Well, no, but we all agreed together. It's tough for me to buy totally.
I would agree with you if it wasn't for the fact that the greater good really is the fact that they need to have that power. Because if you can't, if you have this going on every year and now it just gets in the way
but by the way,
being able to build a team.
If that is going on, then the NFL needs to be highly looked at, because that is a highly problematic thing to keep athletes, you know what I mean, down to make sure that the organization maintains the power.
Sam, the NFL needs to be highly looked at anyway.
Right.
Unfriendly organization I've ever seen in my life. You remember when there used to be more than one good football video game every year, and they used to have to compete for who had the.
Everybody hated that. Everybody hated that.
Everybody hated having to choose between 2K, or when 2K would add something, people would go, "Oh my God, 2K is way better." Everybody hated that.
Nope.
Everybody hated the ability to watch. To be able to pick what cable provider you used to be able to watch the Sunday Ticket. It was great when you had to strap a satellite dish to your house in order to be able to watch a team. That was
better.
So much better.
Way better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will.
The NFL.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
Thank you, Will. The super agent Tony Burton alarm is going off. He says an anonymous NFL coach recently told the NFL Network that Sanders was, quote, the worst formal interview I've ever been in my life. He's so entitled. He takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. He has horrible body language. He blames teammates. The coach continued, but the biggest thing is he's not that good.
Yeah.
Oof. He's not good enough to be this guy. Well, I think that's fucked up. I think he's the fucking man.
You do think he's the man?
I love him.
Okay.
I love him, and I think I think there's a concerted effort to keep my guy down. I can't wait. I can't wait. So, and I'll get there. We're trying to get through this entire story. And this is mean. This is mean. He does not deserve this.
What Tony just said?
No. What Tony just said, he just read from a thing.
Oh, okay.
What happens to him next is mean. Funny, but mean.
All right, so you wake up, it's day 2 of the draft.
Day 2 of the draft. You're kind of shaken up.
You feel like, okay, I got to go in the second round.
But you didn't expect this. You did not expect to wake up still unsure.
You're shooketh.
You're shooketh. Majorly shooketh.
You're putting on a brave face.
And you get a phone call. And you get a phone call at your phone number that nobody has the phone number.
No, this is a phone that is given to him specifically to answer because congratulations, bro, you're going to the NFL.
And the phone rings, and he appears to have been drafted at least in the beginning of the conversation, in round 2, I believe, by the...
I think this may have been round 3.
May have been round 3. Around round 2,
it's
round
the same
3.
day.
Yeah,
They do
yeah,
2
it
and
was
3.
Saturday afternoon, and it's, I believe he thinks it's from New Orleans.
Hey, is this Shadur? Hey, this is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints.
Could you pause for a second?
Go ahead.
His GM voice, on point, no notes. I mean, that is exactly how every Hard Knocks NFL phone call starts. Every team staff member that makes phone calls to players sounds exactly like that.
How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have.
Been waiting on you.
I've been waiting on you.
Like, he knows it's happening.
This is
He's
so
like,
fucked.
oh my God.
This is not right. This is not a right thing to do to a man.
GM of the Saints, I've been waiting on you, man.
I mean, this is not. Look at his face. He's happy. He's like, finally, relief.
If you're the guys making this call, there are people in that room who are crying with laughter.
I know.
Oh, we've all done this.
I know, because...
Who didn't do a prank phone call back in the day?
Well...
That's my bread and butter.
Yeah,
well, let's wait until the end of the phone call to describe the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is it. He's getting drafted.
He's getting drafted.
Yeah, forget I said that.
Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
This ain't gonna be legendary.
Hey, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Oh, you hear the giggles.
What does that mean? What do you say?
Hit pause. This fucking kid. And by the way, of course, he's in is that an Ole Miss sweatshirt?
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Of course, he's in an Ole Miss crew neck and shorts.
Why are you trying to act like...
Because he appears to be in a dormitory room.
No.
And I've been a part of dormitory pranks. In Syracuse, that's all we did. We couldn't go outside. It was snowing. No matter what time of the year it was
You
snowing.
used to trick people online into thinking you were gold dust.
It was pranks.
Yeah, this is pranks too. These are just phone pranks that my friends play.
So people are like, no way. This video goes all over the place, right?
Well, first, the video of just Shador side of the phone call goes out because he was
streaming.
He was streaming on Twitch.
He was live streaming, as we said before.
It wasn't until the next day that these idiots somehow put out their side of the video.
Because it's funny, they thought.
I mean,
that's the and God bless and no offense, that's the Troy mentality of it's funny. so we should, right? Yeah. You got to put it out. It's funny.
I mean, considering who these kids are, and I don't
we'll get there.
It's insane that somebody, because it had to be one of their friends, was like, no, this is great. We should put this out.
There is something about being a 20-year-old.
You're invincible.
Male college student.
From
especially coming from a certain amount of privilege, for lack of a better term, meaning, you come from a little bit of money, you don't have to really worry about much.
But there is something about, I feel like, the age of 15 to 22, where you are
untouchable,
invincible.
Not only untouchable, but I mean, everything is going to work out really well for you.
And I feel like a lot of that mentality transcends class and wealth and like when you're just fucking around as a kid.
Luckily,
in your late teens,
there's no tomorrow.
No, nothing bad can happen.
No, it's all going to be
I'm going to
fine.
throw this couch off of this highway. Nothing bad can happen.
I don't see what could happen. Like, would it be funny? I pictured in my head, it would be funny, and I feel like that will trump any sort of ramifications that this would have. You know what? We're already overthinking this. Let's throw the couch. Let's do it.
That's why when CKY and all those videos came out, everybody was like, oh, I've been doing this shit too. Like, I didn't know.
Or if they hadn't, they were going, I knew that was a good idea. I knew that was a smart idea to do.
Cars drive by me all the time. Let's kick footballs at them.
Go grab your mom's camcorder. Let's shit out the window. So let's listen to poor Shador's reaction as he needs to go talk to Dad.
Longer, man. Sorry about that.
What does that mean? What? What'd he say? I don't know. How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on phone? You heard that?
He said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Why
did he call? What the fuck?
Hey, that's fucked up. I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
It was private.
The last thing you want to do is get a prank call like this with a pearl necklace on. You know, you wear pearls to celebrate
Are they
life.
pearls or diamonds?
They look like pearls to me.
Maybe both.
It could be diamond encrusted pearls.
Maybe.
There was a shine to them.
Those might be diamonds.
Oh, I see, with like the metal casing?
Yeah.
They might be diamonds. But it's even worse, by the way, for you to be wearing diamonds.
Yeah.
Because that's really a showcase of how well things are going. And to know that you just got pranked like that, that is the opposite of
But
going
he doesn't
well.
know, and he doesn't even know yet. He's so confused.
Well, because he goes, why did they say you have to wait a little longer?
What do you mean wait a little long? They mean like they're going to announce the pick in a couple minutes?
I guess we better turn on the TV.
Why'd he hang up on me?
Dad?
Dad!
The Saints just goes that way longer. What does that mean? Dad! Let's keep
Did they just troll, bro? Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now they crashed out, bro. Oh.
They are. That is a crash out moment. That is when I'd be fitting to crash out as well. At that point, they got a couch outside. You know, they're not used to living like this. They got a couch outside.
They said we're gonna tell you what the next bit, but you gotta wait a little bit longer.
That's crushing.
That's wild.
Sucks. Look at his fork. This kid.
He's so.
Look at his face. Because he hasn't had to deal with this ever. They're fucking with him now.
No, you're Deion Sanders' son.
They're fucking with him. And so then, of course, these kids that made the prank call, they put out this video. And, you know, with a high-pitched white guy laugh. Like,
why are you hating on these kids?
It's just, I get it.
This is right out of Sam Roberts' playbook.
Yeah, can you look me in the eye and say that you would not have done that?
Which part?
The whole thing.
In college.
I never.
The phone call. The phone call.
I never would have made the call.
You never would have made the call.
I would never have made that call.
You'd put somebody up to it.
Would you have?
Are you asking if I would be in the room going,
you should do this. I got the number. You make the call. You wouldn't do that?
You wouldn't be
Can
involved.
I tell you that I wouldn't be one of the giggling voices on the other side of the camera? I can't say that.
Exactly.
I can't tell you that.
Deep down inside, you know that's funny.
It's hilarious.
Can I tell you that I wouldn't be the one filming it? No, I can't say that. I can't.
Hey,
I can't say that.
Let's call him and pretend that we're drafting him. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah, like, holy shit, we got the actual number.
Yeah. Of course he would do it.
And so people are going, well, how would he get that special number? How would he get that secret number?
Only NFL coaches and
defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators? Yeah, as it turns out, that kid's father is a defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's... is it from New Orleans? Is that...
No, from he's the Falcons defensive coordinator.
Okay,
He
Atlanta.
used to work for the Jets.
Right, okay. So so he figured if he says New Orleans, it would throw people off the scent.
Exactly.
Aha! Yeah, his father is the Falcons defensive coordinator. And now this kid has put out apologies. He's put out an apology on Instagram. I mean, when I read, that made this story the best. When I read that this kid is just a fuck-up son of the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator, all I'm thinking about is Righteous Gemstones. Like, this guy has a great position in Atlanta, and he's still got to deal with the fact that his son...
he's Eli.
100%, and the son is Danny McBride, who just has no sense. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you take the number? Why would you make the call? Obviously, it's going to come back to you. Obviously, it's going to come back to me.
Daddy, I'm sorry.
You know, Daddy, I didn't know. I was doing a prank call, Daddy. I didn't know. Well, this motherfucker's the one who put the video up. Yeah, I don't... He says, on Friday night, I made a tremendous mistake. CNN wanted me to experience the website with no ads. Shador, he's addressing him with a comma. What I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. Well, you didn't take away. The moment hadn't even happened. It was selfish and childish. By the way, that was the opposite of Shedor's moment. It was the worst moment. I'm so sorry I took away from the worst moment of your life. Actually, you created the worst moment of his life at that point. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment. What? Thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
And which call is he talking about?
When he pretended he was
Thanks for picking up, by the way.
A GM. No, I'll bet that Shedor is forgiving him because Shedor is also right now learning the hard lesson that, listen, I might need this guy who's the Falcons' defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the executives on these NFL teams hate me. Let me make sure that I'm in good graces with them and not put this guy's son on blast, even though I hate him. Because I guarantee you he hates him. Because I would hate him. I'd be so mad. I'd be so sad and upset. It's just so funny that, like, I don't know, the dynamic of somebody that's worked, and I don't know anything about this Falcons defensive coordinator, but I have to imagine to get into that position, he's worked all his life to get there.
Oh, sure. Now your idiot son.
And he's still got to deal with a fucking moron son. Like, you work all your life to get into a position, and you just have this idiot who's attached to you. It's just such a funny dynamic to me.
I know a morning newsman who feels like that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. You literally,
my whole career.
You literally develop a reputation. The most famous radio newsman in the history of New York, I would argue.
For sure.
And his son is...
More than Ernie Anastas.
Ernie Anastas is fucking that chicken, and he's a TV guy.
Yeah, that's true. He's going to Minecraft movies thinking, like, where is that chicken?
Yeah, he's going to Minecraft movies all lubed up.
All horny.
Yeah. No, but then he's got to deal with this idiot son of his who's talking about piss jugs on the radio left and right. Yes, every report he had a piss jug in the van. Son, that's not what I wanted the public to know.
I have a legacy.
Damn it.
That's what he says, right? Yeah.
For decades.
It's the best. It's the best. It's just such a great dynamic. So,
by the way,
yeah,
this kid's name totally checks out.
What's his name?
Jax with an X.
That's the kid who made the call?
Yeah. That is the name of a kid who would make that kind of call.
Don't name your kid Jax.
With an X.
With an X. Ugh.
Oh, this is earlier this
stole the number from his dad.
Yeah, this is the Falcons statement. Earlier this week, Jax Ulbrich, the 21-year-old son of defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, unintentionally came across the draft contact phone number.
Unintentionally.
Yeah, oops.
Yeah. He was looking for weed and porn in his dad's desk, and he found the phone number.
On an open iPad while visiting his parents' home and wrote the number down later to conduct a prank call.
By the way, while visiting his parents' home, also his home. I want to move into the guest house, Daddy.
And by the way, I saw reports last night that the NFL is investigating this.
I mean, what's to investigate?
Investigating what? Also, he's not the first player to be pranked.
And
this happens all the time.
And the defensive coordinator has an idiot son.
Yeah, what's to investigate?
We all know what happened here.
You're not the police.
We know exactly what happened.
Yeah, case closed.
As soon as they said, you know who that kid is? That guy's son. I said, okay, I figured the whole thing out.
We figured it out.
Done.
The Falcons do not condone this behavior.
Yeah, I'm not. This isn't exactly a Knives Out tale. We figured it all out. So, eventually, finally, poor Shedor Sanders.
Oh, it wasn't that day.
No. That's why I said eventually. It was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Gets drafted in the 5th round. And he's going to Cleveland, right?
Yeah, they've already got 10 quarterbacks.
Well, he's going to be one of them.
And they did not look excited to draft him.
They were like, I guess. This is
when he found out for real.
Okay.
And you can enjoy how performative he is.
Okay.
That's him on the left of your screen.
Okay. He's doing a little dance. I mean, he's broken inside. This poor kid. He's broken. He doesn't understand what happened. The worst weekend of his life. Who would have thought the weekend that you get drafted, the weekend it gets made official you are going to the NFL is the worst weekend in your life? It's not right what they did to him.
Who?
The NFL, all these teams. I'm with Stephen A. on this one.
You think it was collusion and maybe racism?
I don't know what the collusion is based on. All I know is Cleveland might be my team this year.
Really? You're a Joe Flacco guy.
I'm a Shador guy.
Okay. You're a fourth-string quarterback guy.
He's not fourth string, is he?
I mean, Mike, like, what's their...
How many strings they got?
They've already got, like...
But he's, he's legendary.
You go to camp and you find
Figure it out?
Yeah.
You think maybe he's changed?
Eventually, that's what it all kind of comes down to is, they'll have their preseason, everyone will get their reps, and...
You've got 50-year-old Joe Flacco. You got Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, then Sanders.
Well, we'll see. We'll see at camp. Maybe he'll just school them all. I think it's possible.
I love it.
I mean, I can't believe it.
And they drafted another quarterback, too.
Yeah, before him.
Yeah.
Not before.
Right?
Oh. That doesn't seem necessary. Wow. Still, it's better to get drafted than not drafted at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I'll be watching. It's a compelling story, that's for sure.
I mean, once the draft is over, once you go to your first season, your draft position really doesn't mean anything.
No. Right.
Like, this is, at the end of there's a reason this used to happen in a conference room.
Right, but it is a story.
Monetize everything.
And they should. And it does mean something when it's a story like this.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
now it's the journey that he's on. Not so much like, I mean, it means something for the story of who this kid is and what his career is going to look like.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, draft position, like, Brock Purdy was the last player,
Sure.
and everyone is, and now he's the starter, and, Montana and Brady. Plenty of guys have gone in later rounds.
Mal Kiper was surprised about Aaron Rodgers' pick. You know about that?
He'll let you know.
Yeah, he will.
Reese Davis scolding him on ESPN was one of the great video clips of the entire weekend.
What, when he was talking about the NFL and how they treat quarterbacks?
Mel,
you got to calm down, buddy. You got to chill out. Okay, don't
this
bring.
was incredible.
Okay, so
the Patriots drafted last.
They drafted last. That's why they call him, what, Mr. Irrelevant?
Mr. Irrelevant is the name now for the last player drafted.
But that's supposed to be like, look, he's going to come back. You were Mr. Irrelevant. Now you're this guy.
Or it's even just a joking thing, because, again, you're still a world elite
NFL,
athlete.
yeah.
You just happen to be the last one chosen of. And there will be people literally after the draft ends who are signed immediately as undrafted free agents.
And his name's Kobe Minor?
Kobe Minor.
So the New England Patriots go like, yeah, we got to be on top of our social game. Remember that great Kendrick song, Kobe Minor? Remember what he said? And so the Patriots, in all their wisdom, tweeted out, A Minor, and then posted a photo of Kobe Minor.
It's a pedophile joke.
And then everybody replied going like, what?
I mean, they immediately deleted the tweet.
Yeah, are we putting a red dot over that? Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Is he? And they figured out the reference.
Somebody saw it and was like, "Hot dog, you can't post that."
That is a hot dog thing to do.
And he's like, "Why?"
It's a reference.
Yeah, it's a reference to the song.
Yeah, but what was the song about? Oh, all right. So just keep it as a draft. No, I sent it. No, delete it. Oh, God damn it. A Minor. Yeah, that's not what you want.
No.
Poor Kobe Minor. They did all these people wrong. It's not cool. Yeah, and is that the speculation still that Aaron Rodgers will end up on the Steelers?
That's really the only place viable for him to go. If he wants to still be a starting quarterback, they're the team that needs a starting quarterback. I mean, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see any other team that's interested in Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost a little bit of Shador there, where he's created so much around him,
right?
And
yeah,
the pressure to play him will be so much. Like you could, make him a backup or like a emergency stick. He's getting up there in years.
But I don't know if that's what he wants.
No,
to do.
certainly not.
Yeah,
right.
But
and you'd have to pay him so much that it like.
But if you were running an NFL organization and you were going to say, well, look at this guy who's just, his Achilles has just been repaired and he's pushing 40 and he's, all of these other things, you slot, the NFL is sort of the ultimate meritocracy, and you slot people where they belong.
Unless you have a team owner that's like, look, if we're not going to win a championship, let's at least get some people in the building.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Let's sell some tickets to see Aaron Rodgers. Man. If he plays for the Steelers, those are going to be my two teams.
The Steelers?
And the Browns.
And the Browns.
Love the Browns.
Two teams in the same division.
They could end up in the Super Bowl.
They had to change a lot of rules.
Yeah, but that could happen still. By the way, we'll see May 14th. Who knows what will happen on May 14th? The Ides of May. That's May 15th. Oh. Jason in New York.
Yeah, hey, buddies. This story, you probably know this, but the story goes so deep because Deion became a coach at an HBCU so that Shador would go there, and he attracted Travis Hunter there so that Shador would have this other huge personality and huge talent with him. Then he jumped ship after declaring he's, full HBCU, born and bred, whatever. Jump ship, goes to Colorado so that he could raise Shador's draft stock, brings Travis Hunter with him. Then, Myers and mediocrity, retires Shador's number, and this is the dramatic conclusion.
I love it. Look, listen. Parents should try to set their kids up for as much success as humanly possible, and Deion's able to do that. Except sometimes there are these dramatic conclusions that come at the end of it. Thank you, Kevin.
And he was saying dumb shit before the draft, like Deion saying like, "Oh, I'm going to block my son from going to this team and going to that team," and really like
I'm going to be in charge of which team he goes to, as opposed to
like you're not. Eli
we'll wait till Sunday and take what we can get.
Yeah, please somebody.
Yeah, anybody. What a wild time.
Yeah. So that was this weekend.
I mean, it's amazing. I don't know why you guys never told me how great football is.
I've been trying to tell you for years.
You guys never said anything. Like, there are all these great things happening all the time. They're interesting. They're fun to watch. They're fun to track. And you guys were just like, you never told me any of it.
Don't tell Sam.
Yeah.
Well, we forgot about the pageantry.
There's so much pageantry.
We were so focused on the sport that we forgot.
Who gives a fuck?
We forgot to lure you in with the pageantry.
It's amazing pageantry. The draft was amazing. It's fantastic. Meanwhile, Baltimore was named the dirtiest city in America.
I don't think that's true.
Shout out to you, Travis.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like fake news.
Did you know about that, Troy?
Was that in The Onion?
Baltimore, dirtiest city.
I'm not surprised for a second.
And you know where they said it's the dirtiest?
Where?
Right around that godforsaken baseball stadium.
No.
Yeah.
Baltimore's
man.
dumb.
Yeah. What does it say there, Trav?
Baltimore zip codes accounted for 7 of 10 most sanitation complaints nationwide. So that doesn't mean it's dirty. It just means that they have a broken system.
Why would they complain?
They just need more funding for sanitation, for garbage men.
Because there's garbage
in the city. In 7 of 10 zip codes, more than any other in the country.
So if there was...
Why are we talking about this? I thought we were talking about Shador Sanders.
If there was garbage everywhere, how would you describe that place?
I'll tell you where there's a lot of garbage.
Go ahead.
Camden Yards. Those fucks can't win a baseball game. Killing me over here.
They are, huh?
Ugh. Killing me.
They tricked you last year?
They should be good. They have no pitching. It's a mess. It's April and it's a mess.
Wow. Scott in Virginia.
Hey, Sammy.
Hey, man.
You need to talk about the real story this weekend with Bill Belichick and his little hot pot girlfriend there.
Okay, listen. I never thought I'd be a CBS This Morning viewer, but I absolutely was enthralled by Bill Belichick on CBS This Morning. We should take a break because we have a lot of reads. But Scott, good call. We're going to get to that. Bill Belichick on CBS this morning was one for the ages, especially the last 3 or 4 minutes. So we'll watch that. We got a lot to do. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We're back with Sam Roberts Show.
I got this stack. It's about a dozen tall, but it's still worth it. Very small writing, but the cards are very, very helpful. You know what I did over the weekend? I got out. I got out of the house, which is a rarity.
We outside,
as it were. It's starting to get warm, which is nice. Yeah. But I did. Over the weekend, I got to the theater, and I got to see the movie Sinners.
Oh, no spoilers.
That everybody is talking about. I won't do any spoilers for the sake of the listeners, not because of Travis, but regardless, you get the result that you want, so I think that that's fine. But it's the Ryan Coogler movie. It's very hard. They call it a horror movie, which I guess
is it.
Well, it's a mixed bag. I would say. I was terrified.
Okay.
I would say it's almost like it's a period piece meets a coming of age meets horror movie.
It's about vampires, right?
Yeah. Well, it gets there. Yeah. It's a pretty remarkable movie. I really loved it.
Yeah.
It's so he got this amazing deal on it that everybody's talking about because people are really looking at it for how this is going to affect the industry at large, where not only to make this movie, because Ryan Coogler's done a ton of stuff, to make this movie for Warner Brothers, they gave him Final Cut, which already is a huge victory. And you can totally tell, by the way, when you see this movie, that he got Final Cut on it, and not in a bad way. Like, it feels like one person had a story to tell, and he goes out of his way to kind of wrap things up, to put bows on everything that needs a bow put on it. It really is like, you leave feeling like, yes, I saw this complete story, and that somebody had a reason for making this movie. That's what I really love. When you go to a movie and it doesn't feel like, oh yeah, we should make this and everybody has their hands in and we should make this because we'll make a whole bunch of money, everybody will go see it. Like when you see a movie that you're like, yep, somebody had a story to tell and this is the story that they wanted to tell. I love that stuff.
Those are the best movies.
Yes, exactly. And that's the exact feeling that I got from this. Even in the post credits, mid credits scene.
1 or 2.
It's like a bit. It would be difficult to miss.
Okay,
but
I stick around until way after the credits.
Me too,
just to make sure.
For every movie now,
the lights are on. They're cleaning up the popcorn. And I'm
there.
Like, hang on.
They're trying to shoo the chicken out of the movie theater. I go, I'm sticking around. I want to see the movie. The usher comes in and he goes, "There's no bonus scene." I go, "You just sit right there and let me find out for myself." But he not only got Final Cut on it, but he also signed this deal where I think he makes his royalties back before other people do, which is unheard of. And the big one is that after 25 years, ownership of the movie reverts to him. So instead of having to sign away like everybody that makes a movie, the studio owns the movie. Like, that's how these studios have these massive catalogs of movies. But he signed this deal where after 25 years, the ownership of Sinners will go from Warner Brothers back to Ryan Coogler, which is a pretty amazing way to do things because long term, that's how you're going to, make money off of movies like this and be able to control it and control where it goes and control, what you do with the IP and the franchise and everything like that. So I think that's great. But it basically I
don't know why it's such a big deal. I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
This is not the first time something like this has happened.
No, it's not an unheard of deal.
But everybody's like, oh my God, can you believe what Ryan Coogler got?
I think people didn't realize how big Ryan Coogler is.
I guess so, because Tarantino's done this deal.
Right.
Christopher Nolan's done this deal. Eli Roth has done this deal.
I think people
didn't expect Ryan Coogler to have that kind of
right. And there's
power.
a million reasons why people might not have expected
for sure.
it.
Absolutely.
For me, it makes perfect sense. Like, Ryan Coogler is in that conversation of
yeah.
people that you just said. Now he's 100% in that conversation, especially after Sinners. I mean, it really is great. Like, it takes place in like the 1930s in Mississippi, and like it's very sort of there's
somebody gets drafted, they don't get the phone call.
Oh no! You're thinking of 1955.
Okay, sorry.
It's Syracuse.
Okay.
No, but it's very like historically based at first, and telling this historically based story, not true, but like historically based story that then leads into this place where you're like, holy shit, what's going on? And you start to get a little tease here of like where we might be going, a little tease there of where we might be going and how we're getting there. And then it hits and you're in this totally different world. And you're there, like he brings you on the ride where once you get there, you're like, yes, this is deserved. Like, you know how, and it drives me crazy in these like supernatural type movies where you haven't earned the right to make me believe that like monsters are here or whatever. Like you can't just have monsters show up and be like, yeah, there's monsters here now, so watch the thing. That, I mean, I go back at that point to making movies because you have a story to tell versus because you just want to make this movie or because you want to make money. Here, it's like, yeah, we've been on this ride and like we've taken this journey with these characters. And so now when it gets crazy, we're there with you, and we're riding along with you. Then it's just it's really well done. Michael B. Jordan plays twins, which is always a risk, I think. You know, having the actor, you know, play and he does it the whole movie. It's not like
it's hard.
Yeah, but he does an excellent job. So
I can't wait.
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna say it's got great buzz.
Yeah, a lot of buzz. They were saying, and I think it came out at the same time as Minecraft, so people weren't like...
I think this is the second week it's been out, so it came out a couple weeks after Minecraft.
Is Minecraft at 4 now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. They said that, but you know it's got that good word of mouth, because they said that this was its second week, and it has had the lowest drop from first week to second week in like forever.
Yeah.
Like it set records with how well it did the second week, and I think it's going to continue on that run, you know, because I still think it felt like over this weekend people were just like at first, and it goes back to the thing about people being surprised, because I think that there are people who don't realize how good Ryan Coogler is, but
Black Panther,
that's what I'm saying.
Creed,
that's what I'm saying.
Not even the band.
And by the way, I love the band. Okay, so we could put that out there too. But like, I'm over superhero movies, right? I'm done with it.
I feel like a lot of people are.
But I've been over it, and I've told you about that. I was over it a long time ago, and then Black Panther comes out, and I go, actually, that was amazing. And I go, you know, I saw Rocky Balboa, old Rocky, and I was like, do I need more of a Rocky story? And then I saw Creed, and I go, this is excellent. That was amazing. Because of Ryan Coogler,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's the storytelling.
Right, because
that's the reason why, like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy was so successful, because of the storytelling, because James Gunn had a story to tell.
It was a great story.
He told that story through those characters, but he had a story to tell.
Right.
Same thing with Ryan Coogler and Black Panther.
Right.
You know?
Right. So I think that there were, like, the Ryan Coogler fans, like, they jumped in the first week. And then now people are slowly going, oh, I keep hearing about this. Yeah. This weekend, it felt like even more people were like kind of talking about it and going, oh, I've heard of this movie. I really hope that they don't pull this movie out of theaters and put it on a streamer quickly like they've been doing with so many movies. Like, I hope this thing stays in theaters for a little bit longer, because I feel like it's one of those movies that has legs and people will continue to keep going to see. I also saw it in this theater. I forget what the screen is called. It's like, you know how they keep coming out with new ways.
Did you see it in Dolby Cinema?
No, Thomas Dolby Cinema, actually. They keep coming up with ways to get people
buzzwords.
Get people into going to see it. I'm looking up seeing if I can find my ticket stub right now.
What chain did you see it?
So I can tell you it wasn't a chain. There's a place by me that is like, or it could be a chain, I just don't know it, but
somebody's got to own it.
Yeah, some dude. I don't know.
You don't know where you saw the movie?
I don't know. No, it was called like Apple Cinemas, but it wasn't It wasn't what's his face's. It wasn't Tim Cook's movie theater.
Apple Cinemas in White Plains.
Yes, that's where I saw it.
Apple Cinemas, White Plains City Center IMAX.
I didn't. No. It wasn't IMAX. It was like Screen X or something like that. I didn't know what it was. Like, I don't know. I don't know what these things are. That's how I got tricked into seeing 4DX. I saw John Wick in 4DX. I had no idea what it was, but I just go to whatever is the most convenient time.
Oh, it expands the viewing experience beyond the main screen and onto the side walls.
Wait to hear about this. It's amazing. It's amazing. So when I saw 4DX, I had no idea what it was. I figured that the seats just reclined or something like that. And I just go, okay, yeah, that's the one that's the most convenient. I'll go to 4DX. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting in this chair, and as John Wick is falling down the stairs, my chair is rocking like I'm seeing the Michael Jackson movie in Disney World. When it's raining on John Wick, there's mist flying on me. The bullet holes are like flying through the chair, and I go, I had no idea this was even a thing. So then I go to this movie theater, and it says like Screen X is the best.
By the way, this is only available in 2 places.
I don't know anything about it.
It's the Apple Cinemas in White Plains and Warwick. That's the only place you could do this.
So I go, I don't know and I don't read about it either. I don't know what Screen X is. I just know I want to go at 1 o'clock, and that's where it is playing at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to go to this, whatever the hell this thing is. And I go in to this movie theater, and the screen, it's not just like a screen. The screen takes up the entire front wall, and then also expands onto the walls next to me. So it completely takes up your peripheral view. So the screen is wrapped around the entire movie theater. This? It doesn't quite look like that because the theater wasn't that big. It was like it was a smaller theater. It was more of a box. It was more like that. Like it was like more of a box, and the screen it's on either side. Now they don't put and it's smart the way they do it. They don't put crucial details on the side walls, because otherwise I'd just be sitting there like looking at the wall going like, I want to see what that character's got to say. They more like
awesome.
They'll like kind of blur it out just so it's done in a way where it's meant for your peripheral vision. Like it's designed. It's kind of it's not that sharp. It's kind of got a little bit of blur, but it's designed to be looked at by your peripheral vision. So I'm just sitting there wrapped up in this movie now. It was a great experience.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
I'll probably see it in a regular theater.
You're not going to go to Screen... That's what it's called, right? Screen X?
Screen X, yeah.
Oh, I could have seen Venom in Screen X. I'm sorry I missed that.
But, this is cool.
So I don't know.
That's cool.
I don't know if it was filmed for Screen X.
That's like that, no, I don't think anybody's filming for Screen X.
I think it was filmed for Screen X.
That's like that immersive sports bar in LA, and I think they have one in Vegas too. Have you seen it? It's just like a massive screen that's almost 360 degrees.
Yeah, they have LA, Dallas. I don't know where else, but WWE's been putting their pay-per-views in there.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. I want to go to one.
It costs a fortune to go.
Does it?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're paying for an experience. It's almost like you're going to a not a concert, but like an event. You know,
every time I go to the movie theater, the tickets are outrageously expensive, so I never know if I'm paying more or they're just still very expensive. I think it was like $18 or something to go to Screen X, which feels expensive, but also like it's always expensive going to the movie theater.
Let's see, this is it, Cosm. All right,
yeah,
playoff game. Tickets.
Yeah, and it's just like the screen like goes now Screen X doesn't go over your head the way like Cosm, it's almost like a mini version of the Sphere.
Yes.
Where it like completely encapsulates you.
Yeah, it's like $55 just to get in.
Right. But every video I've seen of it,
it looks awesome.
It looks like you're lost inside the video that you're watching. It's
my hetero friend Jermaine went. He said it was amazing.
I believe that he went. Yeah, you see how it comes up over the like ceiling and everything?
Yeah. No, it looks like you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I do think, and I think Sinners has the ability to be one of those classics, like almost like a
Godfather?
Like The Godfather 2.
Okay.
Better than The Godfather 2, I would say.
Wow.
No, like it evolved pretty quickly into a Dusk Till Dawn type thing, but also there was a logic to it that I appreciated. You know what I mean? It explained the logic. Everybody's good in it. It was awesome. It was great.
I'll see it.
I would recommend it. I think it was awesome.
If I go up and see it at Screen X, would you go with me?
No, I'm not going with you. Fuck. I mean, you could go literally on the movie set and watch them filming it. I wouldn't go with you.
Okay.
You know?
Just thought maybe.
Yeah, no. You could go anywhere you could name any venue.
It's like right by your house.
I won't be there with you.
Okay. Would you go if Troy went?
Yeah, you want to go?
Sure.
Cool.
He doesn't even like horror movies.
Whatever. I mean, it would be fun to hang, right? Yeah.
Should we get some wangs?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and you'd love it?
Yeah.
The popcorn at the movie theater?
Yeah.
Self-serve.
Oh, I love that.
Self-serve popcorn?
It's a wild experience. You buy a bucket, and they just give you the bucket. And then you go, and you push the button, and so you know what you can do? Fill the bucket halfway.
Why are you just looking at him?
You're not coming. Butter. Put more popcorn on more butter.
See, that's the way it should be.
And if you scarf your face, eat it all.
Go back and get more.
Go back and get more. No problem.
They should do that with soda, too.
They do.
What?
Self-serve drinks. Yeah.
That sounds like a
Yeah, they got
theater.
those Coke machines. What are they called?
The Freestyle.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola Freestyle.
All the different flavors.
Oh, yeah.
Any flavor you could imagine.
Whatever you want.
Any flavor you can imagine.
All right, so we'll go. We'll get some popcorn. We'll get some Coke.
No.
I'll pay.
I mean...
And wangs, too?
I got to pay for them.
Yeah, you got to pay for dinner as well.
$200.
We're gonna take him for everything he's got.
Just to sit in a theater quietly.
Hey, Troy, you want to come over? We're gonna shake down Travis. Oh, well.
All right, whatever.
I did see. Speaking of money, Bill Belichick, as I promised we would get to it, was on CBS this morning, and I guess he got a book out.
Yeah,
where he's talking about how much he loves football. I mean, he shows up on this CBS This Morning show. Now I feel like it's a bit. The sweatshirt that he's wearing literally has giant holes in the front. And he doesn't appear to even be wearing an undershirt under it. And like, I was almost like looking at it going like, is this like a fashion thing? Is it supposed to be a distressed...
Some people think that somebody dressed him.
That's what I was wondering. If they were if the girlfriend... took his look, which is, of course, because he didn't have holes in his sweatshirts when he was coaching.
No, he just would always wear sweatshirts.
He'd always wear sweatshirts, and the sleeves would be cut off. He was notorious for his cut-off sleeve sweatshirts. But to show up on CBS This Morning with what looks like, but then it also, something about it looked like luxury, distressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
looked like a very high-quality garment.
Yeah, it probably costs $400 at Bloomingdale's.
Right, if he's lucky. I mean, this is Bill Belichick. He probably cost about $4,000.
That's what she probably told him. Pocketed the 360.
That's right.
3,600. Right?
Yeah, the 3,600. She's like Sharon Stone in Casino on her way to the bathroom, asking for a little money to play a game on the way. Wow, don't be negative. There's no reason to think that.
I'm not. She seems like a wonderful person.
Bill Belichick is on, and all he wants to do is talk about football. This guy, he's got a book. You know, he's like, this is my life. And it's called My Life in Football or something like that.
I think it's called Football.
Football. I love football. He's like a grown Mike Montone. Just hasn't bothered washing his clothes because he's too busy thinking about football.
I take mine to a wash and fold.
Smart.
Somebody else worries about washing my clothes.
Because
you worry about football.
You got football
I
to
drop
think
it
about.
off. I pick it up.
Right. Listen to football on the radio on the way. It should be good. So whatever, they're talking about football for about 6 minutes. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Investigative Journalist who's interviewing Belichick wants to get into his personal life a little bit. Because it is fascinating, you know, ever since leaving the Patriots, which Belichick insists was a mutual decision. However, the Patriots say he was fired. He says, no, mutual. So I believe Belichick. But people are fascinated because he's, you know, notoriously so obsessed with football. People are fascinated at the idea that he has any personal life at all. And then he starts dating. How old is this lady that he's
She's
dating?
24. He's 73.
Okay, so that's normal.
50 years.
50 years difference. But, like, honestly, the souls are linked.
You think that's what it is?
I believe it's 51, too, right? Did you say 24? Or no, I'm sorry, 49.
49.
49. So
We're rounding up.
Don't do that, Travis.
Oh, okay.
It's
fuck
not
me.
50.
All right, sorry.
It's not 50. It's not that crazy.
49.
49
It's not that
years.
crazy.
Come on, dude. It's only 49 years.
No, you're right.
None of us in this room are 49 yet.
No.
Not one person in this room including Troy.
Why did you say that?
Because we're just,
Just say, because you're in the room, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
I want to give you your props. Nobody in this room, as old as we are, including Troy, has lived the same amount of time that there is difference between Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. But that's good. That's a good thing. So obviously people are very, very interested in this idea that this 24-year-old and the idea that this coach, right? Because there's also all these rumors going around that she's really controlling things. The idea that this coach, who has told icons what to do, who has been in control, depending on who you want to believe, of people like Tom Brady, like this is Bill Belichick, okay, is now theoretically taking orders, for lack of a better term, from a 24-year-old lady?
Well, I know that last week or the week before, there was a report that he has asked North Carolina to, because that's where he's coaching now, to copy her on emails.
I read that.
Yeah.
I read that she gets on work emails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is...
yeah.
I mean, did he move to North Carolina?
I don't know if he moved to North Carolina.
I would imagine he's got a place there, at least for when the season's going.
For sure. But when the dean is like, "Hey, are you running 4-3 defense?"
Ask my lady. Ask my lady. Yeah. The dean's like, "You're talking about Jeremy Piven sending the email? I need to know." Yeah, it's the dynamics of North Carolina are crazy. Yeah. I mean,
but that's insane.
It's the whole thing is nuts. People are fascinated with the idea that it's like, I mean, after all this, you're going and coaching college ball. There are a lot of questions when he first started doing that. And one of the theories is, I gotta fucking get back to work. I gotta get to work. You don't know what my house is like right now.
Oh, it's a public university, so all those emails are subject to like
you can find them
records.
In the records.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you gotta watch your shit talking. Save it for Gmail, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, put that on Signal.
Yeah, exactly right. Hey, who's on this group text? So there's all these stories about her being a big part of not only his life, but his business. And you would think that it'd be one of those things where she's kind of along for the ride, only because there's a 50-year age difference in his favor, and
49.
49-year age difference in his favor, and he's done a lot. He's an icon. But we do crazy stuff. And the investigative journalist who was interviewing him for CBS this morning decided to, you know what? We've done the football talk. I know we're not going to get too much into his personal life, but let's see. Because here's the other thing. The wife is in the room, or the girlfriend, or whoever she is, fiance, I don't know what their relationship is. Lady friend. His partner. His partner is in the room with him, which already is like, hey, you don't need to be here for this. You know what I mean? But maybe she does. I don't know.
Unless she's handling him.
Like she's his publicist liaison type.
I mean, it's not
person.
like he does. He doesn't seem like he's the type of guy that would have a publicist.
No, based on the stories that get out about him, I would imagine that he does not have a publicist. But here is the portion of the interview where it drifts away from football. We've done enough of the football chitter chatter today. Sorry, Mike. Where he drifts away from football and starts talking about the interviewer tries to get him to talk a little bit about his personal life.
Well, as long as we're shifting to pussy, I'm okay.
That's right.
The other change for Belichick is 24-year-old Jordan Hudson, his creative muse, as he writes in his book.
That's scary. Hit pause. That's already scary, by the way.
I mean,
that's already scary when you start describing ladies as muses. And by the way, we've all been in at least one relationship where we're head over heels, and whatever it is, there's something about this lady that we're like, yup, this lady's my muse. This lady can be a part of my life. This lady's going to do this. This lady's going to do that. And then you shake out of it at some point, and you go, holy fuck, I'm in way too deep. She's nuts. I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, you see, this garment doesn't look legitimately aged.
No, that's for sure.
Something, yeah.
This looks like it's a high quality, the wash is done intentionally, the cracking in the text. I don't know. I think I want to help Bill.
Now, I think his father did coach at the Naval Academy, so he has spent a lot of time around the institution. So it may be a throwback. He may have pulled it out of the bottom of the closet.
That would be impressive.
It would be, and it just doesn't. It doesn't look actually worn. It looks like it's meant to look worn.
You don't think he wears that when he's mowing the lawn?
I'd be shocked if he mowed his own lawn, but he might. He's Bill Belichick.
That's the
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
Oh, boy.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it.
Okay, hit pause. That's a trick. That's an interview trick, right? Where
everybody's saying.
He's sitting there going, exactly. People say,
what do you want to say to those people?
What do you say to the people who say, that's a Caleb Presley trick. What do you say to the people who say, like him saying, it has nothing to do with them, but they insist on talking about it?
Well, CBS Sunday Morning, Sunday Conversations.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
These people, it has nothing to do with them, but they insist on talking about it. Why don't you talk about it a little bit?
They won't shut the fuck up.
They won't shut up. So neither should you. Give us a scoop. Give us a scoop, Bill.
Right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on. Though Hudson has recently posted it.
I love this. He's like, oh, we're not going to talk about this? Oh, okay. After you guys leave, I got a whole narration to add.
Yeah, don't
in.
worry. We'll add it in post.
I'm going to show your Instagrams. Trust me when I tell you, one way or the other, we're talking about this, whether you're involved or not. That's wild, huh? Because that was a very innocent question. How did you guys meet? We're not talking about this.
Yeah.
Like that, and it's a weird choice. And look, she's only 24 years old. So maybe she hasn't quite, doesn't have the life experience to fully get that not talking about that is going to lead to more people talking about it than if you actually talked about it. Like it completely makes it seem like you have something to hide and there is some like super scandalous story as to how you guys actually met, as opposed to, I don't know, there was a courtship. I'm sure there was a courtship.
Maybe.
He probably met her in a grocery store.
You think?
He walked right up to her. He
Wasn't
said,
she like a cheerleader or something?
I think he met her in a grocery store.
Okay. You think he goes and does groceries?
He's got to eat. So he went into the grocery store and he said, excuse me, I just wanted to know, what's a fine-looking cutie patootie like you doing, just standing around here looking all cute and stuff? And she was like, oh, nobody's ever spoken to me like this.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in a YN?
They're like, well, like myself? He went up to right up to her in the fruit section and he said, pardon me, fine shit. Can I interest you in a rendezvous? I think so.
And what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on. Though Hudson has recently posted about it on Instagram.
Oh.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that. There's some great pictures of you.
This guy, he's laying it on thick. I love this guy.
Tony DeCopel.
I love Tony DeCopel. This guy is like doing every little charmer trick that he's got. You called it InstaFace. I love that.
He's like,
yeah.
That's what I call it.
I mean, he's warming right up to him. This is great.
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. You'd have to ask her and she won't answer any of your questions.
Has recently posted about it on Instagram.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that.
By
There's
the way,
some great pictures.
I love that.
I love that. And I don't think he came up with that.
Who?
Bill Belichick.
InstaFace?
I don't think I think that his lady told him to say,
InstaFace.
call it InstaFace. It'll be cute and endearing.
You'll sound old, but also like
endearing.
People will be like, oh yeah, I also don't really know what that is.
Right. And that's just like my grandpa. We love Bill. Let's not ask him about his 24-year-old girlfriend. Yeah, no, I think that I don't know. I don't think Bill has anything to do with any of this social media stuff.
No, absolutely. He does not have time for this.
No,
He's got to coach North Carolina.
He just wants to eat. Like, he's kind of annoyed being in this interview because he wants to go back to doing football stuff. It's like me. Like, anytime I'm not doing a wrestling podcast, I'm slightly annoyed. You know what I mean? I want to get back to doing my wrestling podcast, you know?
Give it a rest.
Right, that's what people say. But me and Bill,
not everything's an emergency.
It's all an emergency. I've yet to have one emergency that I've been like, you know what, that wasn't an emergency. 2, 3 a week. I've never had that.
I can wait.
I've never, ever had that. Sometimes it will have happened 2 days ago, and I'm like, well, now I have time. Let me do an emergency podcast. People go, how can it be an emergency? It happened 2 days ago. I go, it's an emergency. Still an emergency.
And you feel like that's what Bill's thinking in his head all the
There's
time.
an emergency.
Yeah.
I got to go coach football some more.
I got to draft a play.
Right. Oh, I just had an idea for a play, and I'm talking to this nudnik about Insta something or other. I don't even know what he's talking about, he says.
It's like, oh, the quarterback should throw that ball.
That's what he's thinking right now. And he's also thinking, fuck Tom Brady anyway.
You think that's just going on in his head?
All the time.
Tom sucks.
Tom sucks.
Too many commercials.
He goes, Tom sucks. He wasn't that good. Thank God for me. I don't know how he did it in Florida. That doesn't make any sense. That's what he's thinking right now. His inner monologue is...
That's weird.
It's weird that he was able to do that in Tampa, because I don't think he could. And it was mainly me. I hate that guy. But he's thinking that I hate Tom Brady. Also, I kind of love that guy. Wait, what'd you say? And he's going, yeah, I don't know. Insta what? I don't know. Just buy the book, will you? I want to go back to doing my football stuff. Please.
Put it. I love that. There's some great pictures of you and Jordan where you're a fisherman and she's a mermaid.
He's going back to it,
charming.
see?
It's a different side of you. What's the reaction been like?
I don't know.
What's it been like?
To have these different sort of...
That's not a football question.
Yeah. Football? Kick.
What's it been like?
It's like a pass, like a quarterback throwing a ball. What? He has never...
I guess it's like a slant route?
Yeah. He has never witnessed any reaction to any of this social media stuff. Like, he doesn't know... He's never read a comment reaction. I don't know. What? Nobody's ever talked to me about this. Why are you talking to me about this?
What's it been like?
I like football.
Like, he really sounds like he's trying to understand the English language.
Like, that was a really cut and dry question.
That was an easy question, yeah.
And he was like...
What's this been like? This is something you've never experienced before. Few people do. 49-year age difference. What's that been like?
What? What are you talking about? What the hell are you... What did you just say?
What are you
talking about? Are you talking about football or not? Because I'm having trouble following you.
She's a mermaid. It's charming. It's a different side of you. What's the reaction been like?
What's it been like?
To have these different sort of photos. There's another one where you're doing, I know you're not into meditation or yoga or Pilates. You're balancing Jordan on your feet, and she's doing kind of the Titanic pose.
Yeah, so I'm on some of those social media platforms, but I honestly don't follow them.
That's not the question.
What he does
He's
follow.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, I guess.
You're really breaking my brain here, buddy.
Yeah, bro, these are the hardest questions anyone's ever asked me. I guess she made me go to the beach one time.
Like, he is a savant.
100%. He was like, she made me hold her up on my feet. I was thinking about football. So
But he doesn't even understand that, or doesn't want to acknowledge that the question that he's asking is like, how has it been personally for you? He's like, yeah, I'm on some of those social media sites.
Like, what are you talking about?
He probably took the picture and then never thought about it ever again.
Right. Like, what do you mean, how's it been for me personally? I've been coaching football. Like, what are you saying right now? I don't...
You talking about Robert Kraft?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about your girlfriend, man.
I'm not with the Patriots
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm not on that team.
I'm not on the Patriots anymore. I work North Carolina.
What do you mean, how's it been?
No, we covered football already. I'm asking about your personal life. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
So I'm on some of those social media platforms, but I honestly don't follow them.
What he does follow isn't clicks or views.
Right.
But touchdowns.
Oh.
And above all, wins.
You do seem like you're having a lot more fun these days than you were in other chapters of your life, let's say.
I enjoy football. I enjoy the whole process of it. It's hard to win, and it's hard to beat other good coaches, good teams.
Travis.
That was the answer to every question.
Yeah, I mean...
I enjoy football.
He said you're enjoying this chapter of your life more than other chapters. Clearly in reference to the fact that he is no longer in the NFL and he is dating a 24-year-old. previously in Bill Belichick's life, and Mike, you can help me out with this too. Wasn't he doing football stuff?
For quite some time.
That's what I thought. I mean, to say you seem to be enjoying this chapter of your life, it seems like you're having more fun than you used to now. And his response is, I very much like football. It doesn't seem to answer the question. I mean, this guy was doing everything that he could to get anything about Bill Belichick's dating life. And Bill Belichick, I mean, it's not even that Bill was like trying to avoid the topic. He just didn't understand anything besides, I like football.
These are sort of classic Belichick interview responses. Like, he's known for, if people ask him about things that don't relate to football, like the on-field X's and O's, player management, nitty-gritty football stuff, he either just kind of like ignores it or steers it back to football.
He was, earlier in the interview, they asked him about like halftime speeches, like rah-rah speeches, and he goes like, well, I guess they do that in movies, but that doesn't really work. And they go, what? Like, you don't do like rah-rah speeches? And he goes, no. He goes, I don't understand. I don't think that would be effective.
No, you have like 7 minutes at a chalkboard.
That's what he goes. He goes, generally, we look at what happened and what we should do differently, and I tell them what they should do differently, and then hopefully it's effective. It's like, oh, okay. No, I just seen Any Given Sunday recently, and he goes, yeah, I don't know I don't watch football movies, only actual football.
Teams, I appreciate the grind. I appreciate the competition. But coaching's fun, and honestly, I feel like I haven't worked a day in my life.
That wasn't the question.
That wasn't the question. That didn't relate to why now is more fun than before. Like, I think if you just asked him, like, would you say this chapter in your life is more enjoyable than previous chapters? He would just say it's all been just equal. As long as I've been coaching football, everything's been fine. If I was to not coach football, that would be a bad thing.
It's literally his life.
You know what he's probably thinking? I'm going to try to figure out, because he thinks he's answering the question. He's smiling. He's like, I answered that question. I think that when the guy says, this chapter is more enjoyable than previous chapters, in Bill's head, he's saying, well, the previous chapter was when I wasn't coaching football. He's thinking of the chapter between the Patriots and North Carolina. There was a period of time where he was not coaching football. Yes?
Yeah.
That's what he's thinking. So the guy is going, clearly, you're enjoying yourself more now because we're getting to see more of this personal life. You're dating this 24-year-old. In Bill's head, he's going, oh, he's talking about because before I wasn't coaching football.
He means the football.
He means when I wasn't coaching football, but now I'm back to football, and I like that. And the guy's like, oh, okay. Like, I've never seen a more friendly interview between two people just on completely different planets. Like, they're not having the same conversation, but they're both smiling and being jovial with each other. I mean, I would love to get to know the girlfriend more.
I know, we're not talking about that.
Are there any ideas of how they met?
No, they are not allowed to talk about it.
I know, but has anything come out where, like, she was like a stripper or a OnlyFans girl or something?
Well, it doesn't seem like he goes on. He doesn't strike me as somebody that has like a serious like libido.
No.
He likes football. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he likes.
Maybe she's just taking him for his money.
Yeah, maybe he likes the companionship.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Maybe she...
I think the story has been that they met on a flight while he was still married.
Nice. He probably, I mean...
Or in a relationship. I'm not sure if they were like married.
Can you imagine if that is the case? Bill Belichick breaking it to his partner? Well, no, I'm with her now. And the partner would be like, what? Like, we're in a relationship. And he's like, right, but now I'm with her.
I want to be with this person instead.
I'm with her instead of you.
She revealed that the pair first met on a 2021 flight when she signed her copy of Deductive Logic, a textbook written by a Harvard University professor.
But she didn't write it, but she signed it?
No. He signed her copy on a flight.
Well, because she was just like, you're Bill Belichick.
Yeah, let me get you to sign something.
Sign something.
I happen to have this book. Sharing a video of herself opening the pages of the book, the 23-year-old wrote on Instagram, "Cheers to the fact that you still let me give you lengthy philosophical lectures 4 years later." Oof. On the inner cover of the book, Belichick signed his name and the date, along with the inscription reading, "Thanks for giving me a course on logic. Safe travels."
So he probably sits there and allows her to just speak at unbelievable lengths.
Football.
And because he gets to think about whatever he wants. I mean, we've all been there to some extent in some relationship where you're like, you know what? I'm just going to think about whatever I want and let this other person speak.
I'm just going to say a couple times.
But usually that's when you know you're in a really bad relationship. Like usually that's towards the very end of the relationship where you're like, you know what? I should probably end this so I can think about the things that I like. I think for Bill, it's like, I see no problem with this. You know, he probably has sex every now and then. And that's, I'm sure, pleasurable.
I feel like he needs a welfare check.
You need to go in there?
I don't think he's controlling any part of his life right now.
But maybe he doesn't want to.
No,
maybe he just wants to think about football. And she's like, how about I control everything? And he's like, okay.
Can I control football?
Yeah, she's like, yes, you may, Bill.
She's like, yeah, just make sure I'm copied on those emails.
Well, we have an interesting relationship. She does a lot of the stuff at home, a lot of the finances, a lot of the business, and then I handle the football part of the relationship. And we've really come to terms with that.
They're like, you mean like work?
Football. No, like football. Like I do the football stuff. She does a lot of the business end. What part of the relationship do you cover? Football. Mainly the football. It's convenient because she's not really into football anyway. So she'll talk about logic and I'll think about football while she's talking about logic. And then I'll go coach the team for a while. And then when I get home, everything's taken care of. I mean, maybe it's everything he wants. Yeah. Right? Maybe it's just like
a woman that takes control of everything.
She takes control of everything. She's nice to look at.
Very nice to look at.
Probably smells great.
Yep.
And
has that youthful, fun energy.
But will allow
he doesn't need that.
Will allow him to just go do football things. Because she's probably smart enough to go like, yeah, if you need to just go escape into football, go escape into football. She's probably not worried about him, like cheating or whatever. He's not on the prowl. He's looking for tight ends. You know what I mean? He's not looking for a tight end.
His choice of sweatshirt is a very strange.
I think it's her choice of sweatshirt.
It's her choice.
I think
I believe if you sat there and asked him what sweatshirt are you wearing, he wouldn't even look down. He'd look at you and go, I don't know. I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
You're probably right.
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't think about it. He has no idea. And she figures that this is like a bit of a high fashion sort of, but still has a Belichickism to it.
I think when you're an old guy like that, you don't wear distressed stuff like that because you just look like a bum.
Right. Like we're debating whether or not this is old clothes and he needs to be taken care of or if it's distressed. I don't think it's a great look.
No, like when you're like 25 and handsome and very well built,
sure.
That's a cool look for you.
You want a little muscle definition coming out of the distressed hole.
Of course. Not just like a fat old dude.
Okay. Bill Belichick would be offended by that, but he didn't hear it. He was thinking about football. So don't worry about it.
Wouldn't even register.
Yeah, you're good. He's like, Bill, you with me? What? Yeah. What were you just thinking about? A little football. Yeah. So good to see Bill's doing well.
Yeah.
You know, he's prospering, I think.
He's crushing it.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you find that thing that you love in life and you can just do it and you do it really well, just figure out a way to shape your whole life around it. I think it's good. Good for Bill.
And that's right out of your playbook.
It sounds 100%. Like he's really justifying his own choices.
I mean, these are the things that make me happy. I don't have a 24-year-old that I have to worry about taking over my life. That's true. Very helpful.
That's helpful.
But yeah, I mean, Bill seems like he's having a look at him. Look at that smile.
That's a genuine smile.
Look at that smile. He's like, yeah, I like football. Well, let's take another break. We got a lot to do this morning. Stick around. We'll be right back.
We will be right back. The Sam Roberts Show.
What you mean, something like this?
We're back. The Sam Roberts Show.
Yeah, that's Buff. Jelani, do that thing.
Well, I believe he was complaining that
He was
getting fouled, and he kept looking at the referee
That
going,
was a great game.
aren't you going to do something about this? And then didn't he score 0 points in the fourth quarter?
In the fourth, he did, yeah.
0 points.
Yeah.
People were passing around a meme of Michael Jordan. You know, he was so very close. He's at least aware that there are games taking place. Now, Knicks have to win one more. Does Hot Dog get involved for the last game, or does he wait until next round?
I bet he gets involved for the last game
Right.
because he wants to be part of that celebration
Yes.
of moving on to the next round.
Is the next game a home game?
The next game is a home game. It's tomorrow night.
Okay, yeah, he'll be there for it.
You think he'll be at the game?
No. I mean, he'll be there in spirit.
Right.
He is the type that would go outside the arena.
Okay.
And celebrate.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Well, there is if you
just
haven't-
celebrating?
Oh, yeah.
Or like a watch party.
No. Show up for the end of the game.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, he is that type of person.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So.
Because I'm okay with a watch party. That's fine.
Watch party's fine.
Yeah, those are fun.
These tickets get expensive.
Oh, my God.
You get a watch party, everybody has a great time together.
Yeah.
Jonathan in Connecticut. What's up, Jonathan?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
I'm surprised it wasn't mentioned today, but I don't know if you guys saw, but Ben Affleck was on Theo Von last week, and Theo Von showed Ben Affleck the end of Faust for the first time.
You know what? I did hear that had happened. We got a Hard Rock Johnny parody in our Twitter account over the weekend as well that I retweeted. But yes, I did hear, Ben Affleck being such a dung king. I mean, just the man. What he's done for the Dunkin' Donuts brand, for all of us that are loyal to it, you can't. I would say Ben Affleck's work for Dunkin' Donuts, to me, is better than Good Will Hunting. What Ben has done for this brand has been huge. I mean, miserable Ben Affleck with his arms full of Dunkin' Donuts is just, it's all of us. It's all of us. It's the one thing that brings us pleasure. We're just stuck in these miserable loops, and all we want is a cold brew and some munchkins. That's it. That's all. That's all. And still these photographers show up and try to ruin it for us. He actually did. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you brought it up, Jonathan. It was a very good podcast that Theo did with Ben Affleck. Because, Theo brought up the fact that it's almost a meme that Ben always looks miserable in these pictures. Mm-hmm. And Ben's like, yeah, I have a happy life. The thing that makes me miserable is photographers showing up and taking my picture. So, of course, I look miserable in all the photos because the photos are what's making me miserable. He goes, and that's the way it's always been. Like the paparazzi, they make you crazy, and then they take pictures of you reacting to that, and then people say that you're crazy. Is this the clip from it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, this bit is so, because they always get pictures of you where you seem like you're like the dwarf that is kind of like the backup dwarf,
way, Theo's vocabulary is outrageous.
Yeah, they like the dwarf.
The dwarf,
backup dwarf.
Like, what do you mean the dwarf?
I was like, this bit is so, because they always get pictures of you where you seem like you're like the dwarf that is kind of like the backup dwarf, like you're on the side, you're smoking, you're like,
what is that guy? I don't know that character, but is he pissed?
I think he's a little pissed. Yeah, he's an understudy.
He's the understudy dwarf. Okay,
and not dwarf like you're a regular heighted guy, but it's like, and I shouldn't have said dwarf. I shouldn't say anything, but it was like,
shouldn't say anything. He's got one of the biggest podcasts in the world. I really shouldn't say anything.
Cannot be changed.
No, this is Theo. I mean,
I shouldn't say anything.
We've known Theo since before he had a podcast.
Forever,
this was Theo.
Yes.
This was Theo on Road Rules.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And not dwarf like you're a regular heighted guy, but it's like, and I shouldn't have said dwarf. I shouldn't say anything, but it was like, I don't know. And it's like they only put this chronology out of you that makes you seem like you're kind of bummed.
True. Well, here's the thing. If the only time, when somebody's taking a picture of me, I'm bummed because usually I'm with my kids, I'm trying to go somewhere, and then there's four guys who are like, hey. And I'm like, hey man, every time, can you give me some time? I'm trying to be with my kids. Do you mind? Can you know what I mean? So the look on your face is kind of like, And then they go away and not taking the picture. You go inside and you're having a good time. But it's this selective experience of like, take a picture of somebody every time they're feeling irritated. They're going to look irritated.
Especially if you're the one irritating them.
Yeah. It's like, I'll come piss you off and then take your picture and then be like, look how pissed off he is.
Right. That's exactly what that whole system is, really.
Right. But and it's like useful because that's why, like, I'm sure you've seen on all this stuff like that's kind of the idea is like follow somebody around and antagonize them, and then hopefully they'll have like a nervous breakdown and go crazy on you, and then your video will be worth more money.
Yeah, it's such that whole thing gets really Black Mirror.
So yeah, I mean, it is when he frames it that way. It's like, yeah, that is clearly what's going on. He's annoyed that these pictures are being taken, but Theo. And I don't know if it was a producer that was like, you got to show him this, or just
Theo loves this clip.
We do know that Theo loves
He's
this
shown
clip.
it before.
Yes. But I mean, Ben Affleck is the perfect person to show this clip to. This is the classic, which we've played on every incarnation of this show.
You've seen this before.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. We've made T-shirts of this clip before.
Got it.
T-shirts, production.
Yes.
A lot has revolved around this.
Yes. This is Edna Faust and the people of Shamokin dealing with Dunkin' Donuts closing.
Do you ever see that Dunkin' Donuts commercial? Because I know you did a commercial with them.
Yeah.
You ever see the one where they shut down that one and is it Boy Shoboik?
What is it? Play
Shamokin.
Dunkin's closed by 5.
Favorite, dude.
A coffee shop in Shamokin is closed following an arson over the weekend.
Yeah, why not?
Say a teenager is responsible for all that damage. News Watch 16's Nikki Kreiss joins us live from the Central Pennsylvania newsroom with more tonight. Nikki?
Julie, a lot of people...
Pause for a second. I admire that Ben Affleck... I think that Ben Affleck, there's a lot of regular guy.
Absolutely.
Still in Ben Affleck. You know what I mean?
I don't think anybody hates celebrity more than he does.
I'd say 100% right. And I think that's part of why he directs movies now, because he doesn't really like being a leading man.
Yeah.
But also just the idea of a lot of times when big celebrities go on podcasts, they don't know how to act because they don't have regular conversations. Like they don't. But just the idea that Ben is able to just kind of sit and like watch and enjoy this clip quietly, like it tells you like, yeah, this is how a human being would react to this.
Yeah. And then look at Theo's face getting ready.
He's so
he knows
excited.
what's coming, and he's so happy about it.
He's so happy. It could be Ben Affleck next to him. It could be, his landlord next to him. It doesn't matter. Like, he gets to watch the Shamokin clip again.
Shamokin are upset that Dunkin' Donuts is closed because they didn't have anywhere else to go for coffee and donuts. Today we also learned new information
Even
about
the
the
anchor
teenage
says
girl
donuts.
police charged with setting the place on fire.
Look at
Setting
his-
the fire is
look at
currently
Theo's
at a
face.
juvenile detention center. Many people who live in Shamokin are upset that Dunkin' Donuts is closed.
He's throwing his guns up in the air going, this is my shit right here. This is the best.
Run it back.
Like, that's literally how people react when they hear their favorite song, like a DJ's playing their favorite song. When Edna Faust comes on. Oh, here we go. It's my shit right here. It's my shit.
God, I really wonder if the three of them understand. Like,
there's so many of us that pray to the altar, and like honestly, like it doesn't even need. Edna Faust is obviously the nucleus, but wouldn't it be thrilling because you have Turkey Hill Lady, who, all right, if I told you guys, guess who I met, Turkey Hill Lady, you guys would flip the fuck out.
I would flip the fuck out.
And the same way, if I said I met the dehydrated kid who needed to meet with his lawyer, you guys would be like, "Oh my god!"
I think you're the man.
Yes, you would, because these guys, they're the biggest. Like, I would be more excited, and Ben Affleck's awesome. I'd be more excited to find out that Theo had any of these three on the pod than Ben Affleck, and I was excited to find out Ben Affleck was on the pod. But that's how big these three are.
Upset that Dunkin' Donuts is closed.
Now I have to rely on myself to go to maybe a Turkey Hill or something where I don't like their donuts. I rather the donuts at Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm kind of dealing with it.
Ben is watching. He's like, I get that. I totally get that.
That makes sense.
I mean, because Ben's whole connection with Dunkin' Donuts is based on, like, that is the most natural branding that's ever existed. This was a guy who loved Dunkin' Donuts, and then Dunkin' was like, can we put you in a commercial? Which I have, I mean, knowing what my loves are, I have profound respect for that.
Sure.
It's a Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm kind of dealing with it, but I really miss Dunkin' Donuts.
I go there every day. I get a chicken bacon croissant, or I get some coffee, Powerade if I'm dehydrated. I sit there all the time. If I have any like legal work that I need to do, I go there. I meet with my attorneys there.
I'm gonna miss
That was a spit take from Ben.
Yeah.
He was trying to just roll with it. Then he went, I meet with my attorneys there.
Dutch Smith.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
I've never known that his name was Dutch
He's an
Smith.
artist.
He is an artist.
Yeah, he puts out some hip hop songs.
Okay, so maybe it was like a trademark attorney or a music, maybe a entertainment
No, I think
lawyer.
I think that career started after this.
Oh, so maybe it was a criminal defense attorney.
Yeah,
okay, that's possible too.
Go there. I meet with my attorneys there.
I'm gonna miss that place when it don't open up. Yeah, a lot of my friends go in there, get the cold coffee. Well, iced coffee, I guess it's called. People miss it.
Ben Affleck, by the way, is very much like he's with us with this Edna Faust. He's like, as a matter of fact, that is exactly what it's called, Edna. Another person who's been exposed to the fact that Edna Faust and these guesses.
She's good.
Really good.
She's goated.
Oh, for sure. Edna Faust?
Goes? Yeah.
One of the GOAT guessers ever.
Get the cold coffee. Well, iced coffee, I guess it's called.
I guess.
People miss their local hangout and hope Dunkin' Donuts.
Anyway, that's
reopens
just it. That when that one closed down, man, it was just like a real. People kind of went bananas on the
Because
internet.
it turns out, guys, that's the legal clinic got shut down. That's smart. It was
I would
like
sit there with my
legal
attorneys.
work. My probation officer meets me in there. I usually deal out of that place. Like, all right,
Yeah, you don't know when a Dunkin' Donuts closes down. You don't realize how many lives
the whole
intersect in that one
community
place.
is paralyzed.
That's true. That is true. I see the same faces when I dine in.
You do.
100%.
And people are like, "Oh, Sam's here."
I mean, the lady does who works there.
Right.
She goes, because, I order ahead, so it's waiting for me. And, like, I walk in, and I mean, you feel like such a star.
Is it like Cheers?
It's exactly like Cheers.
When Norm walks in?
You walk in, and you know what the lady says now? Good morning, Sam. And hands me my coffee. It's really a nice thing. It's a really nice thing.
She hollering?
I mean, look, I don't ever put that energy out on
You give a
anybody.
smile back?
But
if she was,
hey, man, like,
and she hands you.
She's in a position of quite a bit of power, and that's an attractive thing. You know what I mean?
You think there's a power dynamic?
Well, I mean, I feel like she's Belichick and I'm the girlfriend.
I get that.
Like, if she wants me to just take care of the home life and she's going to be the Dunkin' Queen, that's fine with me.
So she hands you your bag. She doesn't just leave it where everybody else
hands it.
You ever, like, slide your finger across hers?
I haven't done that. I haven't pulled that move yet. I'm not ready to do that
try
yet.
that. Give it a shot.
I might. I'm not ready for it yet. We
You're
haven't.
like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah. Hi, just me. Yeah, no, I'm not ready.
Yeah,
for
give
it
that
yet.
a shot.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See what she says.
It wouldn't be such a bad idea. Listen.
Getting out early.
We got no.
Oh, you're not shutting it down for the day?
No, there's many things that I want to do. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. We're running out of time. If anything,
sounded like a wrap up.
No. It was like we did the Ben Affleck thing, but now there's many things that I still want to do. Right. My list is still very, very full of things.
Okay.
Because there's like 6 things that I want to do.
6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 things that I want to do.
How many topics do you expect to knock out?
Well, we have to do them daily.
We did it.
Well, I saved some for tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to save at least 6 to 7 of these topics for tomorrow.
We just got one more on deck.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or do you guys want to know what my new favorite TikTok prank is?
Do we have the time to do the TikTok prank?
Because the TikTok prank, I mean, we may need to get in there and really dissect it.
You guys feel like because I have such great TikTok pranks that I like.
Because every time you've come up with a TikTok prank, it's a home run.
Okay.
Like, you've never disappointed once.
I guarantee you this one won't. And also, I would just say this. It involves Fetty Wap. His music.
I would like to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, let's...
Okay, you guys, that's a lot of discipline from you guys.
Yeah.
Let's start with a fresh tank tomorrow.
Okay, all right. That's
I
a lot
want to
of...
knock this out in like 8 minutes.
Okay, all right.
Or whatever.
Let me make sure that that's written down then.
Maybe we do top of the show tomorrow.
Ooh.
We'll see. We'll see, but it's all okay. It's there. It's there. Now it's there.
Okay.
Now it's there. So,
Did you watch that prank I sent you, by the way,
which one?
on Instagram, where people drive by accidents?
I feel like I must have. I usually watch the stuff you sent me.
Because I love that one too.
Yeah, no, people send me great pranks, but this is more the how I find my troll trends, like the hollering at girls, like the remember the screaming one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
The workers that came into Target.
oh
That was
yeah,
so fucking
remember the
funny.
bathroom one?
Yep.
That was a good one too. Yeah, okay, all right. So let's wait on that
let's
then.
do that tomorrow.
We'll wait on that because we went over the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees
Right.
about a month ago, I want to say.
Yes.
And went over who should get in and who should not. And I want to tell you that when my list specifically, I had a lot of people saying that was dumb. Super Agent Tony Burton said he thought I was making a list of people who specifically were not getting in. But I have to say, based on they just announced who the inductees are for this year's class, for the class of 2025, which I think is November is when they do it, right?
Yes.
In Los Angeles?
Yes.
I was pretty good with a lot of my picks. I did quite well. There's a couple that I go, but I think I did pretty well. Yeah, November 8th is when they're doing it. But yeah, scroll up so I can see the list so I don't miss anyone. I think it's in the first paragraph there. If you scroll down, yes, the Rock and Roll. Newly selected by the Hall's voters as members of the class of 25. Here's who we're getting. Cyndi Lauper, which I called.
Mm-hmm.
Outkast,
Mm-hmm.
which I called.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Soundgarden, which I didn't necessarily call, but I said they should be in.
Happy about it.
Yeah. Joe Cocker, which I was like, the Wonder Years guy. That's dumb. That's stupid.
And it wasn't even his song.
No.
No, yeah, that was dumb. Ringo should get in.
Yeah, just let the Beatles in again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The White Stripes, which I called, I advocated for. People said that just because they're my favorite band. Now all of a sudden, White Stripes getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I am thrilled. And by the way, it 100% made me think, like,
this is it.
If Meg
is now or never.
If Meg is performing, I might have to figure out how to get there.
I mean,
right?
you're not going to know until it happens.
They won't tell me in advance?
Maybe not.
Unless
No.
you have like insider.
Unless sometimes they'll specifically say so-and-so is not performing. You know?
Right.
Like when Guns N' Roses got in, it was the original group, we are not performing.
Yeah.
So if Jack wants to go out there and be like, Meg will not be there, that's his call.
Meg's got to be there, right?
Or it could just be, you know.
one show.
Yeah.
It's not even a show. It's 3 songs.
I mean, it's now or never. There's no other.
Oh, and you know they do hardest button to button. Because that's when she's going like boom, like she's just nailing
Does
those.
that on every song.
That's true. No, that's true.
Maybe if they come out and she performs, maybe it triggers like a reunion tour. All these bands are cashing in. Do you know how the White Stripes could cash in?
Does she want to cash in though? I mean, she left the band for valid reasons.
Yeah, but bro, money rules.
Money rules.
Money rules, but like the reason she left was because of the massive amount of anxiety that she would get going on tour.
Well, I mean, hopefully, maybe if there were more people watching, the anxiety would go away.
No, I don't think so.
Because they could do. I mean, they probably get another band with them or something, but they could do stadiums.
I don't know if they could do stadium.
I think
they could.
I think
you think they could do MetLife Stadium? I don't think so.
I think
really
they could.
don't.
I think so.
I think they get another band on there with them that was big.
Yep.
I'll respectfully disagree. I'll say that they could probably do baseball stadiums, but they can't do.
Okay, maybe. I'll say that that's fair.
Yeah.
But baseball stadiums. I mean, they were doing
baseball stadiums in big markets. They could probably
with
do.
another co-headliner.
Right.
No, I don't even think you need another co-headliner. I think they could do Yankee Stadium or Citi Field on their own. I mean, Foo Fighters do it.
Yes. Okay, so let's say baseball stadium then. Let's say base. I mean, but the idea that they could go on a baseball stadium tour, they didn't do that before.
No.
I'm so happy the White Stripes are getting in. And then
they deserve it.
They totally deserve it.
Yeah.
They're the shit. And then just because it's so fun being right, because not only was it outside, inside the room, I felt treachery and deceit. And everybody around me saying, no, you're stupid, you're so dumb. Chubby Checker got in, baby. I told you guys. I told you because you forgot about Twist again. You were like, all he did was Twist. And I said, he did Twist, and then he did Twist again.
He did the same song twice, and he's in the Hall of
He
Fame?
literally did one song.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's stupid.
Twist again.
Like they did last summer?
Exactly.
Nobody cares about that one.
Nobody cares.
Chubby Checker's in, baby.
He's going to be they're probably going to induct him before they even let people in.
Oh, you think it's a pre-show type of deal?
They're going to be like previously inducted.
Right,
earlier today.
Like the Legacy Wing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Him
Okay.
and Warren Zevon.
Yeah, it'll be weird if he performs.
Isn't he? Is he dead?
Is he dead?
I don't think so.
He's dead.
Is he dead? I don't think... I hope not.
If he's alive, then you understand why he's getting
All
in.
right, he's alive. He's 83.
Okay.
That's why he's getting in. Because he's still alive, they want to give him his flowers.
But imagine if they're like, yeah, you go up there, you perform 3 songs, only gonna need 2.
Well, maybe he does the Fat Boys version of Twist again.
That would be sick. That would be sick. The Fat Boys come out with him. And then the last band getting in, which, if I wasn't I'm so happy about, these are the ones I'm so happy about. Cyndi Lauper, The White Stripes, Outkast, which we were very pro.
Yes.
But I'm happy about Cyndi Lauper, The White Stripes. I think those are the ones I'm most happy about.
You think Outkast will perform?
Together?
I mean, they did the tour or festivals like what? Maybe 10 years ago now?
Yeah, I bet they will.
Oh, man, they're so weird.
They
It's up
are
to
weird.
Andre.
It is up to Andre.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just
He got killed after their first festival appearance.
Yeah.
For their reunion.
Yeah.
The video came out and it just looked like he did not want to be there. The vibe was off and like everybody was so critical of him. And then the next festival, they were on a different level.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Just going like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. I mean, I think I go 50-50 right now. I'd say 50% chance that Outkast will perform together. And then the other 50% is Big Boy will perform I Love the Way That You Move. And Andre 3000 will come out with the flute. He won't even give it. If he doesn't give us Outkast, he ain't giving us Hey Ya.
Come on.
He won't even give us Hey Ya.
Come on.
It'd be funny if he did an instrumental flute version of Hey Ya.
Yeah.
People would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's Hey Ya, but on the flute. Okay, Andre, good to see you.
I think I saw, because that last album that he did, the flute album.
Yeah.
I think he said, I saw an interview. He's like, I don't want to rap anymore.
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
old guy. I don't want to do
Said I
that.
got nothing to say.
I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
And, the
I
flute,
respect that.
By the way, the flute album was good. It was good. As far as flute music goes, it was good flute music.
I mean, I think I listened to like a track and I was like, okay, I got the gist.
We sounded good, though. As far as flute stuff goes.
But you ever listen to flute music outside of Andre 3000? No.
No,
Good for him. That's what he wants to do. Sure.
I gave the album a once through. I was like, oh, that's good flute music. I was done after that. You know, I put on Bombs Over Baghdad after that.
That's a great one.
Oh,
Who else is in?
and then this one. They didn't listen to the show properly. They got some of them right, but Bad Company is getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, doesn't that like?
Do we need everybody?
They just need to put people in.
The Bad Company?
They're running out of old bands.
Well, if you had just not put Bad Company, put the rest of them in there, that would have been, put Mariah in instead of Bad Company. Bad Company, 2 more recording artists won induction into the Hall despite not appearing on this year's ballot by a move of the board.
They do this every year.
In a separate musical influence category, Salt and Peppa and Warren Zevon.
I'm fine with both of them. Give Salt and Peppa their flowers.
Because of Push It?
Yeah.
They have other ones.
Let's talk about sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now we're moving, right? Now we're rocking and rolling.
They're influential.
I think you got to have like more than 3 songs. That should be a.
Okay, well, that's bad news for Chubby Checker.
No, Chubby Checkers 2 are worth at least 6.
Bad
You know
news
what
for
I'm
Bad
saying?
Company. I mean, who gives a shit about Phil
Nobody.
Making Love? That's like the biggest Bad Company song.
And by the way, Kid Rock's cover was better. You ever hear it?
No, but I'm sure it's fucking awesome.
I mean, it's literally the twist and twist again.
That's it.
Yeah, but those are 2 massive. Those are beasts.
The Twist was a big song, but okay.
And so was Twist Again.
I don't think it was that big.
It was big.
It couldn't have been as big as The Twist.
The Twist is hard to compare anything to. The Twist, many people say, invented rock and roll.
Well, I think it was there. I don't know if it invented.
Okay, well, a lot of people say that. Who didn't get in? Okay, here's who didn't get in. Fish, Oasis.
Come on.
Mariah Carey, Billy Idol, Joy Division, New Order.
Together.
Right. And Mana. Good. What's your problem with Mana?
Why do you shit on Mana?
Don't shit on Mana. Mana's great.
Who's in the White House right now?
Okay. That's not cool. I could see, but put in Oasis instead of
Oasis.
Bad
Yeah,
Company.
they'll be in like next year.
What, Bad Company?
I mean, this is the second. It's going to take a few years. This wasn't Soundgarden's first try either. So,
what about the White Stripes?
That I believe was the first time they were on the ballot.
Why are they so goated?
White Stripes?
Why are they so the best?
They really
everybody.
They're amazing.
You know why they got voted in?
Because they fucking rule.
Everyone was like, maybe we can get Meg.
Can we get Meg?
I'm glad Fish didn't get it.
It would suck if Meg is like 400 pounds now.
Why would that suck?
Well, because if she's just been sitting there and
People get older.
No, but that's not 400 pounds.
Sometimes.
You know what you do though? You got till November. You get on a fucking treadmill. Start running.
Or Ozempic probably.
Yeah.
People seem to have had great success with Ozempic. Remember All About That Bass? No treble.
Yeah.
Now she's all treble.
Yeah.
Took all the bass out. Totally treble. She
Megan
did
Trainor.
Megan Trainor.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, enough of this. Because the lyric of the song was like, I ain't no size 2. And she's like, no, I'm actually literally a size 2 now.
Well, that's funny. That's all these fat singers are doing that now.
You got to get on the Ozempics.
Yeah.
Well, good.
It's funny that everybody was like so pro being fat, and they're like, oh, we got Ozempic. Like, you know what? I'm going to get skinny again.
We'll try that.
Yeah.
Try that a little bit.
Wouldn't it be funny if Meg comes out and she's a total smoke show?
I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
going to watch.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch Bad Company's part.
No.
They suck.
No, I mean, like.
suck.
Yeah, they do.
They're just terrible.
I'm going to throw it on the iPad because it streams live on like Disney Plus. And I'll peek over every now and then. And then, once I see Jack come out, I'll throw it on the TV.
Just wait for it.
I don't know if that's how it's gonna come. I mean, they could also announce way ahead of time whether she's coming at all or not.
That's right.
I hope they do.
If they say that they're performing, should we try to go?
It's in L.A.
Oh, it's not in Cleveland?
No.
You can't get to Los Angeles?
It's at the Peacock Theater.
You can get to Cleveland, but you can't get to Los Angeles?
When did I say I could get to Cleveland?
You were like, it's in L.A., and he was like, it's not in Cleveland? Like, if it was in Cleveland, I would go, but
no,
Los
he assumed
Angeles.
Troy rightfully probably assumed it was in Cleveland because that's where the Rock Hall of Fame is.
And that's where they've done it
where they
before.
have done it before. They've also done it at Barclays
But
for a long time.
if it's in Cleveland, and that's not a deal breaker,
Cleveland rocks.
but Los Angeles is a deal breaker, why would you fly to Cleveland, but you won't fly to L.A.?
Who are you asking?
Troy.
If you're going to L.A. to see
You
the
wanna
White
go?
Stripes, yes. 1,000%.
Can I come too?
No, it's just 2 of us.
Unless he pays for everything.
I'm not paying for your
Will you pay?
flights.
Will you
Go
pay
to
for flights?
What about food?
And tickets?
And we need separate hotel rooms.
not-
Because I ain't sharing with you. And of course, food.
You'll share a hotel with Troy?
I mean, yeah, we get 2 beds.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What if we get a suite and I sleep on the couch?
I don't want to do that.
It's a separate room.
I don't want to do that.
You guys can have the master bedroom.
You know he's got some weird
He's
sleeping
weird.
habits.
I don't have any
Something's
weird
gonna be
sleeping
strange.
habits.
Oh, it would be really weird. He probably weird sense.
Weird sense,
What are you
weird
doing? He
sounds.
shits in his sleep. Why are you talking about me?
No, he's fine.
He probably like snores and farts like.
Oh yeah.
I don't do either.
Oh yeah, and he's got some very strange, like it's like he's got a sound machine except it's women's screams.
I'm
you're
just
like,
trying to
who
go see
could
Meg
sleep-
White.
This
Who
is
could sleep
horrifying.
in
Who could
this? This sounds
sleep
like
like
a horror
this?
movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's my sound machine, except it plays women's screams. I had to have it made for me. Why would you have that made? It's comforting, he would say.
I live with my family. You think Lisa and my daughter hear like women screaming while?
Yeah, I think so.
You think that's what our apartment
You
is
have to wear
like?
headphones.
I think they wake up in the middle of the night. Your wife sees who she's sleeping next to, and it's just women screams after that. Ah! How did this happen?
Oh, they're just natural screams, and now I need it
think
when I
so.
go away.
I think so. I do think so. Yeah, it's not weird. Yeah.
All right, so we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, though. The transportation is secondary.
And I'm sure we can get tickets through McClure.
McClure's got it like that?
I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
He's connected.
All right.
Yeah, they probably stream this on Sirius.
Yeah, of course. There's something.
So that's who we'll hit up?
They put it on some
100%.
channel.
And then we can broadcast from out in the LA studio.
That's a great idea.
And then if not, we'll do StubHub. We'll get Travis to pay for him.
I don't know if I got that kind of
You
money.
got it.
Put it on credit.
I already used all my credit. I'm going to Disney.
Get another card.
We just talk. Okay, that's the smart thing to do. Actually.
Hello.
I go to the Nicole School of Finance.
That one's Phil. Get a new one.
Poor Billy Idol. He was probably really expecting to get in.
And he really kind of did the media tour.
I know
he
did.
Yeah.
He did. He
That
was
had to be
doing
embarrassing.
radio and TV and everything. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. No.
I feel bad. He should be in.
I mean, he's got 2 songs.
No, he doesn't. He has more than 2 songs.
Okay, let's go. Rebel Yell.
Rebel Yell, Monet Monet,
Which is a cover.
which is a cover, but that he still made it
it's okay.
popular.
Ooh.
Oh, see.
Oh.
No, he's got more. White Wedding.
White Wedding
Okay,
is
there's
big.
3.
There's 3.
He's got 4.
But Monet Monet is the cover, and it's not.
Dancing with Myself. That's 4.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, fair.
That's 4.
But we said 3 or more. And then you said Chubby Checker gets in with 2.
Well, because they're so big. They count for 6.
And Cradle of Love. That's 5.
Okay. Shout out Billy Idol. I apologize. You're right.
It's easy to forget.
What about Bad Company?
No.
Come on. One song, bro. One song.
Yeah, they suck.
I'm glad Fish did.
It's just a sympathy thing for them. It has to be.
You think so?
It has to be.
They feel bad for
You
them?
think one of them's dying?
Something.
Or they're just like, I don't know. Like, they've been calling, really asking, like, really not. I think one of them is going to cry.
Yeah, they're really nice guys.
One of them's gonna cry.
One of them seemed like he was going to cry. Which one? I don't know who's who in that band. But one of them seemed like he was going to cry. I guess we should just let him in. I don't want that one to cry.
Also, Mariah Carey would have been so out of place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean
she'll get
Cyndi
it
Lauper's a badass. White Stripes, they're badass. Soundgarden's badass. Like,
Chubby Checker's pretty badass.
Chubby Checker is going to be part of the pre-show.
No, he's not. He invented rock and roll.
Salt and Pepper, they rule. Like, and then Mariah would
they
come
rapped
out.
about sex.
Yeah.
Is Spinderella going to be there too?
Oh, I don't know if she gets in.
She better.
That's a good question.
Because the band was called Salt and Pepper, but the members of Salt and Pepper were actually Salt, Pepper, and DJ Spinderella.
Yeah.
She was essential.
She was.
I would assume then yes.
Because otherwise there'd be no...
I mean, somebody
That
would
was
have done it.
Spinderella.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know?
Ow.
Yeah, you know. You knew.
You know, the Monkees have never been in.
They don't.
They're a fake band.
No,
dude.
they belong in there. If they're going to put Bad Company in, put the Monkees in.
Monkees were not a real band.
But they really kind of were.
Yeah. No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
They performed.
Okay. So did Milli Vanilli.
They have good songs.
So did Milli Vanilli.
That's actually...
Yeah, but the Monkees actually sang.
Wow, Davy Jones did.
No, Mickey Dolenz. They all did, actually.
Oh.
Michael Nesmith had a couple of good songs. Peter Tork.
Did they play their own instruments?
They did. to a degree.
To a degree.
You think the Partridge Family should be in too?
Oh, that's not the same.
It's not
I mean, it's basically the same.
And 3 of the Monkees are dead. Like, give the last one his flowers.
Who's still with us?
Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey, at least the cool one is still around.
Yeah, Davey was cool though. And honestly, at the end,
Well, Davey was the
You love
heartthrob.
the Monkees.
Mickey
they
was.
were my first concert.
The Monkees rule. To be
They
fair,
do not rule. And
Yes,
if
they do.
and if you actually believed that, then you would be advocating for them to go in the Hall of Fame.
Well, they're not a real band, but they are cool.
But they did. They had hits. They had songs. They were written by other people. The hits.
Yeah,
but
so-
Big deal. Big
yeah.
deal.
who cares?
Who cares? Like nobody's using songwriters.
And their movie Head. Have you ever seen it?
It's not a movie Hall of Fame.
It's so strange. You love weird movies. That's a great movie you should watch. The Monkees' Head.
Also, they were on an episode of Boy Meets World.
I mean, I might give it to them for that.
Right. Peter Tork, I believe, played Topanga's
Love interest?
father.
Oh, all right.
I believe it was Peter Tork that played Topanga's father. And he did this episode. I just watched the rerun recently.
Yeah, I mean, Iggy Pop was on Adventures of Pete and Pete.
And
Like,
he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
For it. And then Mickey Dolenz played one of Corey's dad's friends.
I like that. In the same episode?
In the same, well, this is how they did it, right?
That's cute.
So Peter Tork had already been established as Topanga's dad, and then Mickey Dolenz
This is
was
canon?
just in another. That was already canon.
Okay.
And Mickey Dolenz was like helping Corey's dad move a bathtub into the house or whatever, and then totally out of nowhere, completely made no sense. Davy Jones showed up as a guy that the parents kind of knew, but they all thought was annoying. And then the Corey and his brother Eric were throwing a party for the parents, and they said, "Who's gonna sing?"
Oh, Jesus!
And the 3 of them were like, "Oh, we were in bands," and so they got the Monkees up there. The
That's
3
awesome.
of them.
That's cool.
performing together. You would have loved that episode.
I wish I had Michael Nesmith, but that's cool.
They didn't have.
Michael.
I don't think they
Seems
had
like some
Michael
real
Nesmith.
creative writing.
Wow, they did a lot of episodes of that show, man. I love that sometimes on the Boy Meets World podcast, like Topanga and all of them are like, yeah, this sucked. Like,
I mean, yeah. Like, what do you expect?
I don't know. I thought it was great, all of it. I don't remember ever watching a Boy Meets World episode being let down.
I mean, you were also like 8.
Well, I watch him back now, and I'm like, yeah, it's really cool that
There's
Vader.
that and Papa Shango.
I love that Vader was Frankie's dad.
Yes, I remember that.
Frankie!
All right, so maybe we'll go to LA in November.
We're doing it. We're going to go see Chubby Checker
No,
twist
I'm not
again.
Going to just Chubby Checker.
Like we did it last summer. You guys ready to go?
It's got to be.
You guys ready to split?
It's got to be the White Stripes.
Okay.
White Stripes performing.
And I would love to know what they're going to do about Soundgarden.
Yeah, maybe though.
Oh, I just have a bad feeling.
Really?
Oh, didn't they reunite with a girl singer? Didn't they do?
No, they haven't. Soundgarden hasn't done anything.
I thought they did a one-off with a girl singer.
I don't think so. I mean,
I feel like that's the move lately. Is what all these '90s bands are doing.
Because that way you're not compared to.
I know. I think Miley Cyrus has sang some Chris Cornell songs at like a benefit for him, like when he passed away, and she was incredible. Like, I would be totally fine if she stepped in and did something.
With Soundgarden?
I mean, that would be of course, she's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a recent Soundgarden reunion, the surviving members.
What website is this on, Troy?
AI overview on Google. Okay. I can't trust that? Is that not a reliable
No. It's just funny that you said that. It was a funny way that you said it. I'm not mocking you. It's just.
Well, that's not a reliable source?
What website? You said AI overview on. And also, you're thinking, like, you love AI.
I mean,
I
Sam,
love
you understand
AI.
why I had to ask, right?
Every day I fall deeper in love with AI.
You love AI.
It's now built into everything.
Right, and it makes it better or worse?
I gave me my answer.
Would you say way better?
I would say way better.
Yep.
Yeah, they had Shania Shepherd as their vocalist. This is part of a benefit concert in Seattle.
And AI is going, like, you got a real person in here going like, oh, Troy, you're dumb. You don't know anything.
I didn't say.
And then AI
Well,
goes.
you insinuated it.
That's right. And then AI goes, actually, Troy, you're right on the money again.
And I was like, oh, I'm right again.
Thank God for AI, right?
Benefit concert. Oh, last year. Oh, Jesus. Just like three months ago. Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Nobody knew that. Well,
No, do something
one
with
person did.
Huh?
Do something with Miley.
She's just being Miley.
She's doing her own thing. She doesn't need any of these bands.
No.
She doesn't need any of these
She doesn't
bands,
need any of this horse shit.
but they're also not going to bring some, like, no-name to the...
Who's this?
No,
Look
some
what
no-name.
Linkin Park did.
No, I'm talking about... You didn't let me finish my sentence. To the Rock and Roll Hall of
Oh,
Fame.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're correct.
And the Linkin Park thing is not working out.
It's not working out good at all.
No.
No, fortunately not.
I think even
There's
the
a bit of a
albums.
misstep.
Did you listen to the album?
God, no. What am I going to listen to, like, new Linkin Park for?
No.
Why? Just let it lie. And I get it. You know, it's one of those things where it's like you were in this amazing band, and the main key of that band is gone, and you want to play these songs because people love them, but sometimes you just got to be like, you know what?
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's a piece of time past.
Yeah. Just because we can still do the raps on it doesn't mean.
Yeah, Mike Shinoda is going to be just fine by himself.
Right. One thing. I don't know why. Yeah, we need the other part.
Yeah, the main guy.
The other part, we need this. It doesn't even. No, not that part.
Yeah, no, anybody can do that.
You could take those parts out and just keep the other guy, the dead guy, and that the songs are incredible.
Show him some love.
Like, where's the part where
Chester
he's.
Bennington.
Chester.
Where's the part where it says it starts with you? That part, that singing part. No, we're just going to do the rap part. It doesn't work.
Or make him a hologram. Hologram Chester.
That'd be sick. When are we getting those holograms? They made it seem like,
It was right around the corner.
those are coming right up. Don't even worry about it. We're getting a Tupac world tour.
Tupac's tour and Whitney's tour and
Even Kiss was like, we may be retired, but our holograms will be here. Where are the holograms?
they're working on that.
Who?
Elvis was supposed to do it too.
Oh,
He's still alive though.
Wouldn't that be great though? An Elvis hologram.
I would go check that show out. And I would hope that they would use Fat Elvis. Because hologram Fat Elvis could do everything.
Wouldn't they just be able to, since it's a hologram, just be able to have him lose and gain weight?
Yeah, but I like fat, sweaty Elvis better than any other Elvis by a mile.
And you want him doing the whole show.
Like, oh yeah, I want fat Elvis, except basically acting like the 69 comeback special.
Okay.
You know? Mm-hmm. And maybe even wearing a similar leather jumpsuit and just sweating up a storm. I mean, to me, Elvis sitting on a piano, belting it out with a soft drink on top of it is just, there's nothing better in music than that.
It's funny, but it's sad.
Right, but if it were a hologram and you know everything's okay.
Well, it's just the lowest, one of the lowest moments.
But still, but imagine,
about,
but he's acting like it's, what was it, 68 comeback special?
68 comeback special.
But so you imagine this. He's acting like he did at the 68 comeback special, but he looks like he did at the end.
Well, what about Aloha for Hawaii? That's like peak Elvis.
No, he didn't have a. Did he have a cape?
Of course, he had a cape.
That's my bad then. All right.
And he was in like tip top karate shape.
I don't like that.
I want him kind of fat, deteriorated.
I want him spilling out of the jumpsuit.
Pills,
yeah.
Can't shit, constipated.
Yep. Yes, bad, like real big mutton chops. Yeah, I like that because the idea of like you're a big enough rock star that you're like, you look horrible in this jumpsuit, but like you won't stop wearing it, and women are still throwing their underpants at you. That's a rock star. Anybody can be a hot dude and be up there and just like doing hot dude shit. But when you are not a hot dude, but you're doing hot dude shit and it's working,
and you come with the confidence that you are.
Oh, forget it. There's nothing better than that. Because on one end, that guy's a hero, and on the other end, in the bigger picture, it really puts on display what a farce this whole thing is.
But the music he was doing at the end of his life too was still good.
It was great.
He was just fat, but he was like recording in the Jungle Room.
Oh,
Jungle Room, Blue,
yeah.
Lay Down. Those are incredible. End of Elvis era songs.
Yeah. Fuck that manager of his.
He fucked him up good.
Fuck that guy, huh?
Yeah.
Hate that guy. The Colonel. Colonel of my ass.
You think he would do Ozempic?
Elvis?
Yeah. No, the Colonel wouldn't let him.
He loved peanut butter, fried peanut butter
and banana
sandwich.
Yeah.
He was putting those down like nothing.
I love when they talked to his chef and she was like, yeah, I never even heard of this sandwich. Like, yeah, he was slamming those. But I don't think that those are so bad, are they?
No. Bananas are...
Because bananas are
good for you.
I think bananas a vegetable.
People put bananas in smoothies.
Yeah.
People put peanut butter in smoothies.
Right.
So, no, it's fine.
I think the fried part is where you
fried schmied.
Yeah, because you would.
Donuts are fried. They're good for you.
Because you don't need to fry it. You could just put it on, like, the skillet. But, like, he wanted it fried in oil.
Yeah, he wanted it oil. He wanted it greasy.
Yeah, I guess that might be where it becomes an issue.
Yeah. And I think he was just putting them down, like, one after the other, after the other, after the other.
Like more than one a day? Yeah.
Like wings.
I need a platter of fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Good for him, man. That's what you're supposed to do when you're a rock star.
Yeah.
He's the king. He looked like a king. Kings were fat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who would you rather look like? Like King Henry VIII or King Charles?
King Charles got those sausage fingers. I don't want to look like that.
No. King Henry VIII. Every time. You know what King Henry VIII used to do? He used to walk around, be all fat, and whenever his wife would piss him off, he'd behead her. Bro, he beheaded like 8 wives.
I mean, you think they'd learn their lesson after like 2 or 3.
But it's like when the king goes, well, here's the problem, too. When the king's like, hey, you want to get married? If you say no, you're still getting beheaded.
So you have to do whatever he wants.
Right. But sometimes you just get annoyed. He beheaded like 8 of them. Something like that. It's badass.
I mean, I guess. I don't think it's right to behead women, but...
No, but I mean, he's the king. I
guess if you have that power, you know...
He's all fat and shit.
Fat?
Yeah. Still finding plenty of women to marry. You're not going to behead me like the other... No.
Of course not. I've changed. I'm a different guy.
Look at me in the eyes. I swear to God, I'm not going to behead you. I swear to God.
I swear to God.
2 weeks later, she's got no head on her shoulders.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that's who Elvis was. You tell me if Elvis had the power to behead somebody, he wouldn't have? He absolutely would have. Priscilla would have been all shoulders.
She was gone by the end.
Oh, yeah,
she was fucking the karate instructor.
Oh, and that fucked him up good, too.
That sent him in the downward spiral.
Thanks for nothing, Priscilla.
Yeah, this is all your fault.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Colonel and Priscilla.
They ran him right into the grave.
Real nice, guys. Real nice. Thank
you. You killed the king of rock and roll. You happy?
Are you happy now?
You guys got what you wanted.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're psyched. All right, let's get out of here. Enough is enough. We've done it all. There's nothing else to do. We'll be back here tomorrow. Don't forget, you can go on demand, find all kinds of goodies. My whole trip to Las Vegas is chronicled. The Dan Soder interview is up there. All kinds of stuff. We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.
You ever even see him with a dude?
No.
I'm not going to listen to an incel tell me what I should be doing with my fucking life.
No, you're 100%
Pick a
right.
fucking team. I understand there's only 2 genders now. I'm part of the new administration.
Yeah, it was put into order. He signed in a Sharpie.
Is that a law when that happens?
100%.
Okay.
100%. He does. Have you seen, like, I always thought, like, when presidents sign things into law, they have, like, a real fine, like, real expensive pen. He's got a big, thick felt marker that he's signing everything with.
And then you give it away and somebody gets that pen.
That's right. Well, he's doing it in an arena. He was throwing it out.
Oh,
to the
was
crowd.
he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I didn't see, I only saw clips.
Yeah, he was. Look at him. Look at him throw his markers out. They go nuts for him. Yeah, it was on TV. It was in the arena. Just signing executive orders, throwing out his markers.
But you got to know what order you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have no idea. He's got a handful of them. He's just chucking them.
One of those is worth money.
JD's just clapping, going, "This is normal. This is totally normal. This is what presidents do." But yeah.
I'm going down in a couple weeks to the Gulf of America, and can I just tell you, somebody who lived in Florida, why didn't it happen years ago?
Yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get Greenland. And did you see, even he had a moment when he was signing executive orders, and they were, because last night, after he signed the executive orders in the arena, he had more executive orders to sign in the Oval Office. And so he let the press just hang out in there for, hours. It was 8 o'clock at night. He's still signing executive orders and just, answering questions from these people in there. And they were asking about the foreign leaders that he spoke to. And he still got one in on Trudeau. He said, I spoke to Prime Minister Trudeau. I call him governor.
That's good.
Yeah, he nailed him.
This fucking Canada's been a burr in our saddle for so long. Yeah. We've taken so much shit from those people.
That's right.
And now we got them, and we're going to wreck them.
We got them. We're going to turn the whole thing into one single state.
A Canadian moved in my neighborhood when I was a fucking kid.
You're kidding me.
Price went down on all the houses. They used to fucking leave just like junk cars. You know what I mean? Junk cars. They were selling, they were cooking crystal meth in there. That's
terrible.
Fucking Canadians.
Yeah. No, you're right.
My cousin dated a Canadian, and her dad, my uncle, disowned her.
I would have too. Well, it wasn't a Hart, was it?
There are more Canadians than the Hart.
Okay, that's just a big family.
They're not the only one.